there's the error message. Nice! The stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. Who the hell put it to 166 kilobytes per second?
What kind of bitrate is that?
Kilobits per second. That is abhorrent.
I mean, if you remember, if you remember, Decker, in the last episode of Live and Wired, we did mention that YouTube videos were going to go to 360p in the future because of the amount of internet that people are using.
Yeah, my bitrate is set to 8,000.
We're live, guys. The audience can see us.
Yeah, hi. I knew that from the error message, but what? Can they see us? Because it's saying that the bitrate is ass.
Well, we just got a question going. Is this Live and Wired or Hollywood Squares? Problem. Well, and the line is wrong. Also, who's Whoopi Goldberg in that situation?
That's a good question, actually.
Creepy volunteered.
My
or even better yet,
what
who
in the hell is going on with 160?
A better situation would probably be, I mean, like, if we were to go
Restream tells me my bitrate's at over 8,000 kilobytes a second.
Okay.
So
the grid isn't 2x2 because Discord decided to do a weird update and we can't figure out how to fix it.
Yeah. It's and so this is technically full screen, which is why I don't have the chat box set up or the jar set up, because this is just news to me. I'd we do the call right now. It's like, oh, things changed. Glad we were prepared. So, on that note, hello World Wide Web, I'm Dr. Shadow, the Internet Personality of the Best Hair, and welcome to Live and Wired episode 62! Absolute Insanity!
I mean, isn't that an appropriate title?
Oh, absolutely.
Isn't that like every Live and Wired, though?
Don't think about it. Joining, as always, we have that long-haired creepy guy right down here. And his amazing legs. As well as... what's a good analogy to use? The epoxy. The epoxy to our random pile of shards of glass. Patricia Miranda.
Hey, everyone.
And her.
Greetings, foolish mortals.
Cat Lunacia?
Lunacia.
I'm going to get it sometime, just never
least
within our lifetimes.
Yeah.
This is where I regret not just going by Black Moon Rose 13 like I do on all my other accounts.
Well, first of all, we actually have a $5 super chat from Akira, so thank you. Hello, Decker. Didn't work out with lady friend. Here's $5. Hope it makes your day better, like you make mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And
sorry to hear that.
Don't let things like that bother you. Yeah, there's always the adage that people say over and over, and it never makes you feel any better. That whole "there's plenty of other fish in the sea," but honestly, it's like this kind of thing is a two-way street, and if you got your side of the street already figured out, yeah, it's gonna hurt trying to figure out someone else who can complete that, but it is worth it.
Very much so.
Trying to force it, not so much. Okay, so yeah, we got a lot news and stuff. Just a lot of it we are gonna have to dance around because hey, there's a whole redacted going on if you hadn't noticed. And
we're dancing. We're dancing.
And while YouTube has said that they are thinking about actually making it so that YouTubers can talk about Redacted without getting their entire channels demonetized, they haven't done that yet, and they're talking about doing it for guys like, I don't know who
Phil
actually,
DeFranco?
because maybe Phil DeFranco, because Jacksepticeye recently had a really, really impressive, massive fundraiser stream. Don't know if you heard about this. Raised over $500,000. Amazing work.
Yeah.
YouTube took the video down.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Bots attacked his video and got it removed before he got in contact with YouTube and was like, hey, what the fuck? And then they put it back up.
Okay.
You would think one of the big time YouTubers would get away with it, although
No, so he's also not allowed to talk about Redacted, even if he's doing far more to help than a lot of us. Also, Akira dropped $2 saying, "It's me, fart in my booth."
Okay.
I gotta like the name Akira more. It reminds me of giant lasers coming for motorcycle riders, which is somehow less terrifying than a fart in a booth.
And big heads that grow giant size.
Oh, that is more terrifying. I would take the fart in the booth over the gore babies.
it's Fortress 2 Akira crossover art where I accidentally admitted I've never saw Akira. I'd like to point out that was 4 years ago. So I have seen Akira since then.
Okay.
Did you watch Akira and then
Epic
see the
Jason
reviews?
says they were originally planning a New York City
No, it
trip
was
later
reviewed
this
first,
year,
then Akira, the movie.
but due to the Redacted, they may change to Texas instead, where their older brother lives. Texas is getting it quite a bit as well right now. The numbers aren't as high as New York, but New York, everything's really packed together. But still, I check every once in a while, and I found out that the main city that everything's around here, my spot of this bumfuck nowhere happens to be the epicenter of this of this region.
Yeah.
And also the they actually updated it, that little tiny sliver of street that I live on that technically counts as another city. They actually marked that as its own thing, and there's a few cases kicking around there like, well, that just fills me with fucking confidence.
I dare not see how it's happening in my hometown. I know there was at least 2 cases last I checked, but then that's confirmed cases.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
No deaths in my county yet, fortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But
Although
I've had 5 so far.
Although points to order, they're now making it. If you're leaving and going out in the public, you better wear a mask, or we're finding you $500 or 60 days in jail.
I mean, that's true. I mean, that's what happened during the epidemic in 1918, where if you were caught as so much as coughing, you would be fined $2,000 and sent over either to jail or to
That's really
home.
not good, because living in Texas, some reason when I just go outside and it's dry and hotter than it's been inside, which it usually is in Texas, that just bothers my nose and I sneeze a few times. It's just what I do. I've always done this.
I mean, it doesn't also
bad allergies.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't help much for people who have severe allergies.
Right.
Or asthma.
Yeah, exactly. Like asthma and allergy season kicked in right around the same time that the quarantine did. And even worse than that, in some places there have been cases of the flu going around as well. So people who got the flu started to panic and were afraid that they had COVID. God. They had redacted.
Yeah.
But,
right.
In terms of YouTubers donating a lot for redacted help, I don't know if you've been following Unis Honest, but while Jacksepticeye had that fundraiser over $500,000, they got a Quarantinus challenge going on in Unis Honest while they're in quarantine. And Markiplier and Ethan, every time they touch their face, whichever one touched their face has to donate $100 to redacted relief. And Ethan's well on his way to beating Jacksepticeye on that.
Although
he keeps touching his face so many times every single episode. It's like, dude, man, stop! I feel the pain of your wallet.
Poor Ethan. Although I lean on my face, so I'm like, does that count?
Bill Cage 32 asks, "I thought you lived in the woods." Technically, I lived in the woods when I was like 2, but in terms of right now, my little spot is named after woodlands and such. But I have a huge forest as my backyard, and I have like a long stretch of road before I reach the road. That stretch of road is my driveway. But I do live we live in a society.
Kevin gave us $5 saying, has the apocalypse progressed so far that you have to film with a low-res Betamax camera streamed over a 56K landline? I'm nostalgic for CompuServe.
Now
CompuServe.
Now YouTube is telling me that the stream's current bitrate of 8,000 kilobits per second is higher than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use a stream bitrate of 4,500.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's do whatever the hell I want, okay? I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but it's whatever the hell I want.
That's good to hear.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. This is a good pie.
Do some gameplay videos of Final Doom, the Plutonia Experiment, as well as Doom Eternal. I haven't picked up Doom Eternal yet. I've been playing too much EDF.
I've been seeing through Doom Eternal. Aaron and I have been doing, gameplay of it. Well, Aaron's been playing it, and I've been viewing it. But he's been enjoying it so far.
But it is even more platformy than I thought it was going to be based on the initial gameplay videos they released. And a lot of people don't like that. But I was like, I saw it coming a mile away, so it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, there's a lot of wall climbing and platforming in the game, especially if you want to head over to the secret areas that you need to find the lore of what's been going on in the story. I don't want to say too much for those who haven't played it. And also, there's been some new mods for the weapons and a whole bunch of other things, but again, can't really spoil it.
But yeah, Doom 64 also, for the first time, actually got officially ported to a new console. For the longest time, Doom 64 was technically exclusive to the Nintendo 64. It had
I wonder why with that title.
There were people who had, played it as a ROM on PC, and people who had modded the ROM to make it play better on PC. A lot of those people actually got hired to work on this port.
I did hear that. I did hear about that.
And I love when stories like that happen.
And I have to say, the port is really damn good. It runs really well. They have gyro aiming, which I was always like, why the hell don't you have gyro aiming on this? For the last ones you have it on the Switch, why is there no gyro aiming? Not only does it have gyro aiming, but it has gyro aiming on PS4 as well.
From what I understand, they added in some extra levels so that it can connect over to Doom 2016 and into Doom Eternal.
Yeah,
because I think that
39 levels instead of 32.
Right. From what I understand, Doom 64 is kind of like trying to be like the bridge between like the newer games. I know that with Doom 2, and Doom 3, not necessarily in that kind of sense. I guess it's kind of like a reboot, but if you want to see like towards a true follow-up to toward the classics, I guess they decided to have Doom 64 out of all games to bridge between Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal.
I just like it that I can rip his hair.
Over on Twitch, South Bend Billy Slayer dropped 2 bits and said, "Remember the one blue Trump baby in Akira?" And the little blue babies.
Yeah, the blue babies. Yeah,
those were interesting.
Yes.
There was a cute comment done by Fuzzy Drawings that says, "Creepy's lamp in the background looks like a hat," and it does.
I like my little Mimikyu. Well, Charlie's little Mimikyu, but
I'd wear my Harley Quinn hat, but it's over there and it's.
It gives me some horns, just.
My hat's in the closet.
Oh boy, but yeah, we got lots of news, lots of stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah, lots of stuff. Oh my god, it's either really dumb, really insane, or just
depressing.
Yeah, that would probably be a good word to describe it.
Yeah, there's the title card, in case you didn't catch it, is absolutely ridiculous.
Yes, it is. In the most obtuse way possible.
So to discuss the big thing, the thing that takes up most of the space, the background that I slapped everything on top of, in case you don't know exactly which movie that is, that's our old friend Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh yes, that's right.
That's in the news. That's in the news as video game news.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I think what was it? You found it, Decker?
Or was it? So. I'm pretty sure that was you.
That's right. I did find it. I found it because I was like, we did hear some recent stuff about like horror movies being adapted into video games. I mean, World War Z is a recent example, but Cannibal Holocaust, out of all the things that you could take
and what it's being turned into, I mean, I don't know much about it, but I saw they have the list of all the systems it's coming out on. And it's coming out on literally everything. November 2020 release day on PC, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and, wait for it, mobile devices!
I was going to make a Dreamcast joke, but okay.
Actually, I'm gonna say, don't you people have phones?
But okay.
Oh, they don't have to have phones, but they can download it for their iPhone.
No, this is
Android.
my Digivice.
Oh god!
All right.
Just no Windows phones.
I have the article ready. Anyway, so let me see. Let me just open up the screen for this because. Ooh, let's. Where do we begin? All right, so this is courtesy of iHorror.com. A video game announced by Ruggero Deodato. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that name very incorrectly, but yeah. It's been 40 years since Cannibal Holocaust terrorized and traumatized audiences. The film was subsequently banned. Ruggero Deodato was put on trial, and it managed to become a cult favorite. Few who have seen it will ever forget it. I know I won't. And it's being reported by Bloody Disgusting that to celebrate its 40th anniversary, Deodato, along with Fantastico Games, will release a new video game, billed as the fourth chapter in the Cannibal cycle. The game aptly titled Cannibal will be released on PC, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and mobile in November 2020. From the announcement website, Cannibal is an interactive horror graphic adventure made with Unity, with a direction and script by Ruggero Deodato. The original drawings of Solo Marcello, my apologies, in which the player will take control of different characters to reveal little by little the background that led them to a desperate expedition to the virgin jungles of Borneo, and of course to get to discover the end of the story, destined to shake from the foundations of every certainty acquired during the game. Cannibal
Kids Monopoly.
Oh my god! Yes,
did you just say Garbage Pail Kids Monopoly?
Yes, it's right down here.
Oh crap! It is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't notice that. I was too busy focusing.
Yes, we have pop figurines of the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus, but Garbage Pail Kids Monopoly. Okay, we'll continue on.
One of these things doesn't belong here.
Okay. Experimenting. Let's see. Cannibal Holocaust is by far the most remembered film of the sequence, which also includes the 1977's Jungle Holocaust and 1985's Cotton Run. The latter actually tapped into the Jonestown Massacre for its subject matter.
Oh, fun.
Oh, that's no. I did a research paper on that. No.
Yes. You, for those who are in the uninitiative, and you're probably wondering what are they referring to? It's like, have you ever heard of the term, don't drink the Kool-Aid? That's where that's from.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Demon Arc on Twitch is asking, why? Why in the blue hell would either of these things exist?
Also, if you want to actually know about Cannibal Holocaust, don't actually go find it and watch it. Watch Cinema Snob's review on it. It's a little bit more bearable.
Just a little.
Not a whole lot.
Experimenting is one of those things that I consider most fundamental in this field. What really interests me is to test myself, try something new, Ruggero said in a statement. Meeting the Fantastico studio guys offered me the opportunity to return to those atmospheres, to those themes, but trying something new. Contaminating my world with the video game's language is a new challenge. Making the story interactive opens up with many new possibilities, and I will hope it'll also help bring younger people closer to my narrative universe. Why would you wish this?
No.
Yes, make the games that brings in the children, yes.
It's like, okay, in this era where, and I'm not bashing on these, where trigger warnings and warning, may not be suitable for content, it's like in a high state, and in a world where if someone gets slightly offended, they will complain about it on the internet. Why would you want the younger generation to watch this? Because you know someone's going to complain. Oh, advertising.
Yeah.
There you go. Trust me. I mean, like it's like the
maybe
old
it's
saying
not
goes.
come out for Android yet. I only see an Apple logo there.
I mean, I guess Android was like, nope, I don't want to be a part of this.
Thank you, Android, for being such a wonderful phone and not including trash on your apps.
Well,
Good phone.
Good phone. There's a lot of trash on Android.
Okay, there's still trash, but there's no Cannibal Holocaust trash.
Anyway, let's continue. Let's see. It'll be interesting to see how the game unfolds. You can check out the trailer below and let us know what you think of the comments. We're not going to play the trailer because, heaven forbid, we would do that to anybody who's 18 or younger.
South Bend Billy Slayer. Well, that trailer's nothing. That picture there is the trailer. They just pan over it for 30 seconds.
Beautiful.
Wait, no gameplay footage?
But
I hate games that do that.
South Bend Billy Slayer dropped 3 bits asking review by who? And Cinema Snob is who we were mentioning earlier. He did a Brad Jones, the Cinema Snob, Stoned Gremlin Productions, whatever you want to call him. He did a Cannibal Holocaust review a few years back.
Yeah. I'm actually so curious about this Garbage Pail Kids Monopoly. Like, I need to see this.
I'd rather learn about this than Cannibal Holocaust.
$50.
Okay, so $50 plus $13.99 shipping and handling. Oh my goodness!
Damn.
I've seen some expensive Monopoly, but dang.
Okay, so let's see what we got. Let me see. We have an eyeball, a guillotine, a garbage pail, fish, a pile of poop, and zip cream.
I want that little guillotine piece. I just want to use it for normal Monopoly.
See. Here's the Monopoly money.
It looks nice.
I feel like it's a missed opportunity to not have a different Garbage Pail Kid on each denomination.
That's true. Although I have to wonder if it's this expensive. Like, do you actually get to trade in the Monopoly money for real money? I mean, if you're gonna buy some Garbage Pail Kids merchandise, that feels like a fair trade.
I've seen plenty of themed Monopoly games going for like $20.
Yeah, me too.
This looks like a very official thing. Why is it $50?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because even the NASCAR one my mom bought like 20 years ago, wasn't that much.
Alex Mercer gave us $2, saying that movie was boring, not worth the hype.
Well, the people at the time thought the people were really being murdered. That's pretty much the heart of the controversy.
It's basically, it's like how the Blair Witch Project now doesn't work because everyone knows it's staged. But back then, before they started doing interviews with Conan O'Brien, people legitimately thought it was a real, legit thing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of people thinking movies are real,
Louisiana
had a little fun with their curfew alarm.
I know what you're going to. I know what you're referring to because I shared this article and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Okay, so basically, a movie can influence real life in such spectacular ways. It's not even funny. Have a movie that is super popular amongst a ton of people, and then all of a sudden, now people are thinking that, oh man, this is actually happening. I mean, lest we forget about the 2007 Boston incident where somebody was posting up stuff from, Aqua Teen Hunger Force and they thought it was a terrorist movement. Or if you remember, I know.
What I think of the Puppet Master reboot asks Zaki Niku 77 for $2. Have not yet seen it. Really need to. I have $2 telling me to.
Anyways, go ahead, Kat. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I know we're talking about the movie The Purge.
Yes.
And I remember back there was like a few years ago, there used to be warnings on social media going, warning, this town is do not leave your house because this town will be doing a purge night. Or, because like people legitimately were going. Now, I don't know if people legitimately did do a purge thing, but it was like warnings on social media constantly whenever a purge movie came out because people were like, warning, there's going to be
fun.
Purge.
This movie's really entertaining. I think maybe we should just go out and do a lot of murder.
I'd like to say that a purge night was actually a thing. I just illegally download every freaking video game I could in one night.
Very true.
You remember the Bird Box challenge?
We pretend it
yeah.
never happened.
Let's blindfold ourselves and then drive using GPS.
Listen, I don't even trust my GPS, and I drive. Well, my mom drives, but you get the point.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so yeah, we're referring to the Purge, and something happened not too long ago in Louisiana. So, whose turn is it to read this? Because, oh my God, I need to have somebody who's capable of reading this stuff because I don't think I can be. All right,
I volunteer
Kat.
as
It's
tribute.
kind of in between me and Creepy where it lands, but.
Well, Kat volunteered, so she's good. All right. So,
Because-
God.
Hold on, I gotta make your little. Use the right mouse, genius.
And
Here,
I like
let me
how the
make
name
it
of the
bigger for
town
you.
is actually a reference to the Hatchet series. I like that.
Why won't this?
It's all-
Why won't this?
It's all coming together.
It's like it's like it was fate in a sense. All right, so
Not fate. Hold on.
And, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't Hatchet take place in Louisiana?
I don't know. I haven't seen Hatchet
know.
in a few thousand years.
Pretty sure it does. Pretty sure.
Anyway, so yeah, are you ready, Kat?
I'm ready.
Okay,
There's a
well, go
pop-up
ahead.
function on Discord now.
Oh, goody.
This is one Purge sequel that nobody wants to see.
It's not every
The city of
them.
Crow-
It's every single one.
I mean, the first Purge is annoying, and then like Purges afterwards were a little bit more political, which I got nothing against. But no one wants to see another Purge movie.
True.
The city of Crowley, Louisiana, recently instituted a curfew to help curb the spread of redacted, prompting the city police department to use a siren to signal the order going into effect at 9 p.m. But Crowley's residents found the sound a little too.
No, we're not taking the Dumbledore's Army entrance exam.
Oh, I want to be part of Dumbledore's army.
I'm a Slytherin. I want to be a part of Dumbledore's army.
I don't know why Dumbledore, of all people, decided to make an army, but sounds awesome.
No,
Did you
it's
not-
in reference? It's in reference to the fifth Harry Potter
Yeah,
book.
I
Order of the
stopped
Phoenix.
it too.
Oh no, fifth. Sorry, fifth.
Oh, fifth. Yeah, fifth. Okay, so
I was like,
continue.
this is getting a little too serious for me. I'm out.
Continue, please.
Used a siren to signal the order going into effect at 9 p.m. But Crowley residents found the sound a little too reminiscent of the siren that marks the start of the annual night of crime in the horror film The Purge. Take a listen below if you want a comparison. We don't
No,
wanna
we're
listen.
not. We're not doing it.
That's gonna be a copyrighted siren. That's the real thing. That's the crime here. They're
Yeah, they
blaring a
took
copyrighted
copyright.
siren. How dare?
Although, how
Yeah.
many different variations of the siren sound can you have?
That's a good question.
Because, like, when I hear sirens, I associate it with either The Blitz or Silent Hill, because Silent Hill had a siren in it.
That's true.
Alex Mercer gave us $2 asking, "Hey Decker, will consider a review of Digimon Try."
Digimon Try.
Doesn't he have to do the first two series first?
Hmm.
The twins would really like to dig into Digimon. I know that.
Yeah.
They're big Digimon buffs. I just have to go over there and crack their skulls open and scoop out their brains, and I got everything I need. Well, okay, I probably actually need to wait for the Purge before I can do that. But
Yeah.
Stop. The Purge is never going to happen.
God damn it!
All right.
Local news station KATC reported that Crowley Police Department Facebook post, which has since been deleted, darn it, received over 500 comments asking why the sirens was necessary. The Acadia Parish Sheriff's Department issued a statement noting they also received numerous complaints about the siren. Last night, a Purge siren was utilized by the Crowley Police Department as part of their starting curfew. Acadia Parish Sheriff KP Gibson said in this statement, "We have received numerous complaints with the belief that our agency was involved in this process. We are not involved in the use of the Purge siren and will not utilize any type of siren for this purpose."
Good.
Scroll down a little, please. Thank you.
Yep. Welcome.
It seems the eerie sound was used inadvertently. Crowley Police Chief Jimmy Broussard told Cax he was not He was not aware the siren was connected to the film and that the department will not issue any siren to signal the curfew going forward.
I thought it was a little strange that there was that voiceover saying that all crime is legal and go nuts, but...
Yeah, because isn't that part of the copyright?
Wasn't there also a Powerpuff Girls episode about that too, where crime became legal? Only it wasn't nearly as violent as the Purge.
It was the reason why crime was illegal was legal then was because the Powerpuff Girls were issued their own curfew to actually go to bed because they were going to school very tired and
Yeah.
So basically, the professor was trying to make it that, okay, you have a curfew now, and then crime happened when all the villains found out what the time was for bedtime. Anyway, the Purge depicts an America in which all crime, including murder, is legal for one night a year. A fifth and supposedly final, oh please God, entry in the film series remains scheduled for release on July 10th. But may be postponed due to the ongoing redacted.
Yes. Goody. Yeah, I mean, just such a blast, isn't it?
It's so wonderful. It's wunderbar even.
I can understand what they were trying to do. If people are not taking curfew very seriously because they don't want anybody to get sick, I mean, sure, you could probably do that. But the fact that they would be so clueless into putting a siren that is clearly from a movie where if you hear that siren, that means crime is legal and most people have been known to kill in the movie, then yeah, they should have covered their bases more.
Although I also wonder, because as a person who does YouTube and has occasionally had to use the copyright-free music, I'm wondering if maybe they found the sound of a siren. It's not like a legit siren that they found, because God knows where you can find an actual working siren now. Yeah, but like maybe they had like on speakers available copyright-free siren that also just happened to be the same copyright that was free to be used in the Purge. It could have just all been an unintended coincidence.
I mean, very true. That could have been the case, but still, I mean, I just find that to be such a interesting coincidence that were to, happen,
Daco just cheered 10 bits on Twitch. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
10 gravestones, but it's the thought that counts, I think. I don't know. Help. Will you live stream Doom Eternal? I don't have Doom Eternal still. I'm just here like I must get the platinum trophy on EDF 5. And
Has he been like that every time?
It takes a lot to get the platinum trophy in EDF 5. It's not like out of reach. It's not like the things you have to do are like, oh, you gotta do like 10 successful backflips in a row and then juke to the left on this one mission after this one tile on the floor. It's nothing like that. Nothing obtuse. Just you have to complete the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's impossible to complete?
4 classes, 5 difficulty modes, about 1,000 or so weapons.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yes.
It's
there you go.
110 missions. Or 112 if you count online.
Okay.
There's a lot. There's a lot of game to go through to get 100%.
I'm sure there is.
It's
I've
usually
been
why
playing for 400 hours and I'm at 80%.
There's a reason why I don't achievement hunt.
Yeah.
Wherever Decker is positioned on the screen.
Yeah. Anyway, Zaki Neko77 gave us $2 saying, you should review Lily Cat or Blood Dolls.
These sound like Italian horror movies.
They probably are.
So happy and peaceful. Blood Dolls, yes. I think I gotta get my little cousin something for their birthday on my way home from work. Blood Doll, yes, that one. I will take your Blood Doll.
Yes, I mean, you have Barbies, you have Bratz, you have Monster High, and now you have Blood Dolls. Fun for the whole family.
Any interest in reviewing the Candyman trilogy? Well, we have some Candyman news. I am
Yes, we
interested
do.
in the Candyman trilogy because
Creepy.
It's
Why are
Candyman.
you hiding under a blanket?
and I haven't really
Not anymore.
I haven't done anything involving Candyman yet. But I'm not
Yet.
going to have to do any kind of like anything for Candyman coming up because the new movie has had its release date postponed. It was
Yes.
supposed to come out June 12th, but due to Redacted, it has been pushed back to September 25th. That's pretty much the entire news right there.
Yeah, don't even need to bring it up. But yeah, so I guess in order for us to talk about any of those movies, then it would be nice if actually the newest one were to come out. That way we could actually talk about it and see how well it stacks up. Kind of like how people were looking back on all of the Child's Play movies right before they saw the reboot. So,
Yeah, it's also if you want to go with the scientific behind the scenes of YouTube, you're trying to follow the trends, and oh, this new movie's coming out. Let's review the past ones to see, to get a little bit of that trending money.
That
Great.
beautiful ad revenue must.
Decker,
Decker, you look
you're
like
turning into
Gargamel
you're
right
turning into
now.
Golem. You're turning into Golem.
Actually, I was going to say Gargamel from Smurfs.
I was gonna say he does look like Gargamel. He's about to eat a Smurf or turn him into gold. Why did he want the Smurfs?
I don't know.
You just said you could turn them into gold. That sounds like a good deal.
It's a,
I mean, it was
Get rid of this
some
annoying
episodes I
little
was
shit
eating,
and
and some
get
episodes
paid.
I was turning
What's
into
the
gold.
downside?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the consistency of it for the Smurfs. It's like he wants it for one reason, and then he wants it for another. Peyo, what's
I guess
the
it depends on the
continuity
writer
on
of
this?
the episode.
It is true. It depends on the writer of the episode. I know that Peyo, who is the original writer of the Smurfs, I mean, he has his own telling of it, but yeah, I mean, I guess for the cartoonists, like,
whatever.
base it on the book and whatever.
It's like
I do
it's for kids. They don't care. They don't have attention spans.
I do remember
And then
that when I was like in second or third grade or something, I did read one of the books. It was the one about the magic flute that could make people dance.
I remember that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there one of the stories that it was basically like proto zombies, if you will, zombie in media?
Yes.
Like the zombies, like the Smurfs turned black and zombie like.
Yes,
before
they
zombies
do.
were a thing?
Well, that's
Yeah,
not
they
uncomfortable.
This just suddenly got very.
I know what the story is because I follow Andre Meadows, aka the Black Nerd, and he
Okay.
is such a
Ash
Smurf aficionado.
928 says that if you say Candyman's name 5 times in a broken mirror, 7 of them show up.
Yay! Wait, not yay.
Oh god.
Anyway,
Oh, they
but yes,
turned purple.
yeah, well, I mean, like they turned purple in later versions because when they had the black version of the Smurfs, they considered it to be really racist. And
Think
so,
the Jinx
why.
fiasco.
Wonder why.
Think the Jinx fiasco in early Pokemon.
Oh,
yeah, it's essentially that. So basically, a fly would come up, they would bite the Smurf, and they would just say "Gnap, Gnap, Gnap," and then they would just like attack all the other Smurfs, and then they would pretty much be affected. So yeah, it's essentially like zombie Smurfs, pretty much.
Did they go to the Smurf Mall to do this?
No,
No,
they just hang. No, think the first Night of the Living Dead. No mall.
yeah, first Night of the Living.
Well, then
yeah,
the Black
yeah,
Smurf is the hero, but they don't care.
sure.
Exactly.
Ah.
Anyway, but Candyman, yeah, movie's been delayed until September. Won't talk about it just yet. We'll give you updates when we hear about them. All right, moving on. I guess we can talk about our next bit of news. So, okay, so we've talked about a lot of weird merchandise in this show. Like,
Really?
Oh yeah, like the Mortal Kombat blood candle and the Xbox bathing soap series.
Don't forget the Doom Bone vodka.
Oh yes, the loveliness that is the Doom Bone vodka.
Made with real bone.
Yeah,
What kind of bone?
Technically it's
take a
beef
sip and
marrow.
Kneecap, I believe.
The kneecap of a cow. Wait, do cows have kneecaps?
I want to say yes, because I'm pretty sure the legs only bend one way, but to be honest, I haven't checked.
Yeah.
You haven't gone to the local cow dissection seminar, huh?
Right. But technically, the bone vodka is made out of marrow, so
That comes
sure.
from bone?
It does come from bone, yes. So you're probably wondering, what are we referring to when it comes to this weird bit of like stuff? It's like, what else do you have to offer? Well, not too long ago we talked about the Mountain Dew
Body wash, was it?
the Mountain Dew body wash. Yes, we did talk about that.
Ew.
Well, you're not supposed to eat the body wash.
No, ew. Okay, you're talking to one of the few people apparently in the South who hates Mountain Dew. So,
well, I don't drink any soda, so I'm pretty much clear.
Represent.
Although, let me see if
Sam's
I
Club soda.
still have it. Hold on.
I was about to say Sam's Club Coca-Cola right here in this cup. In this one, the blood of the innocent.
I have VIP access to the Coca-Cola.
Creepy's the
museum in
only one
Atlanta.
here who has any semblance of health food going on.
No, excuse me. The blood of the innocent is very healthy. It's very good for your skin.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
It's supported by Elizabeth Baltharoy, didn't you know?
Oh yeah, sure.
History jokes for everyone.
Okay.
Now, right before we go into a tangent, you're probably asking us, what are you talking about? What the hell's going on? Okay, so if you thought that the Mountain Dew body wash was really weird and just what? Oh, no. We found the best one. In a limited edition offer, there's going to be Mountain Dew, drum roll, please. Mountain Dew flavored Doritos.
Finally,
yes.
a gamer can be efficient in their eating.
Zack and Nico dropped not $77. Zack and Nico 77 dropped $2, saying that Creepy should review Saturday Morning Massacre.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up what that is.
All right, while you do that,
I'll take this one.
okay.
Please take it.
Please, good.
Doritos and Mountain Dew have been popular as a snack combination for quite some time. A popular snack. Doritos and Mountain Dew have been popular snack combination for quite some time.
Oh my god.
Keep doing it.
But have you ever thought what it would be like to bring the two together? Apparently, that was weighing on Doritos' team minds because now Dorito Mountain Dew chips are here to blow your taste buds away. The limited edition Doritos take on flavor of Mountain Dew. Typical soda has citrus flavor, which sounds interesting in a crunchy chip, but that wouldn't stop us from trying it given chance. However, it might be a tad difficult to do that since they're not available in Mother Russia.
They're only available in Australia, mate.
Indeed, the new snack appears to be an Australia exclusive bite, which means I'm going to have to ask Conspired if he can send me a bag. We know.
Oh, goody.
They're sad too. So if you have any friends down under, be extremely nice to them for the next couple of days and maybe throw in the whole package request their way.
Yes.
Listen, I'm still trying to be nice to my Canadian friends because apparently Canada is the only place that has the guacamole Doritos still.
80
Sadly,
grams, an 80-gram bag. How much is that shipping from Australia?
It's going to be expensive as heck. Heck.
Yeah.
Well, in that sense, I
gonna be
may as well
expensive as
say
hell.
send me like 10 bags.
Okay then. So Yeah, if anybody, yeah. So Junk Banter posted this on his Instagram saying, "Go home, Australia, because you're officially the drunkest country on the planet right now." New Mountain Dew Doritos, which I swear to God is absolutely 100% real, just dropped in the land down under. The back of the package promises the lemon citrus flavor of Mountain Dew with a signature full-on crunch of Doritos. This shouldn't exist, but it does. Big shout out to my man Vic Vitis for sending over a pic. Hopefully him and I can do a swap so I can review this clown show of a product. Curious and deranged minds can likely find these on the internet in the near future.
I'm curious and deranged. There was also another little excerpt there that I wanted to mention. According to Instagram account Nick Vavitis, who tried the new chips, they taste like, quote, citrus lime detergent. Unquote.
Detergent.
How do you know what that tastes like?
Well, see, when you're bored and you're 3 years old and your parents don't lock the detergent, you learn.
or the Tide Pod challenge.
Our dreams will finally be realized. It's the closest thing to Tide Pod Doritos. God damn it!
I mean, I could imagine doing like a zesty, lemony, lime. You know, like.
Oh,
I'm
Lone
not going to say
Dragon's
tequila
asking
shot
when can we
Dorito.
get Mountain Dew tacos at Taco Bell? Baja Blast tacos.
Wait, I hate the Baja Blast.
What if it's a
Wait,
fish
why
taco?
were you excited then?
Baja Blast
I was excited
fish.
about tacos.
Well,
I
a
haven't had Taco
Locos
Bell in months.
Doritos Baja Blast fish taco.
Why has it got to be fished?
Because it'll match a hell of a lot better than the beef.
Chicken could also work. You could do chicken.
Yes, just because chicken is a neutral flavor. It goes with everything.
That's not true.
He has a W.
Name a chicken-flavored dessert.
Ooh.
Actually,
He said
that's
he
a
could
good
go with
point.
everything.
I'm gonna dip some nuggets in some honey and be right back with you.
Oh crap!
So you're pulling off a Khloe Kardashian.
Yeah.
Because apparently she does that. She actually has her chicken
McDonald's
nuggets where she
has
drizzles it.
honey as packets for your chicken nuggets. My hands,
But that's not
they're
a
shaking
dessert.
so much.
But that's not a dessert. That's just honey and chicken.
It's like
Although chicken
pineapple
and waffles
pizza.
is
It's
kind
just
of a dessert.
sweet where savory should be.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh yeah. So okay, chicken can be a dessert.
Which reminds me, my chicken teriyaki bowl frozen Marie Callender's dinner. I did not realize there was it was pictured on it. It was they had this fork. They had it in the fork sample. It was all over the box. I didn't realize until I started eating it that there was pineapple in it.
Are you allergic to pineapple?
No, I just was not expecting that.
I hear pineapple is
1, 2
very traditional in teriyaki flavors.
It is. 1237844 games gave us $5 saying, I joined to Tide Pod, Doritos, Mountain Dew, tacos, and chicken talk. Decker, what holy unhell have I stumbled into, man?
It's just complete insanity.
Pretty much.
Absolute insanity.
It's called I don't have a mouth
You
to
missed
filter
the
and every
bone
thought
vodka,
comes out.
though.
Well, let's see. Kevin Burdine asked me, Patricia, Sam's Cola is bad for you because not the regulated like Coke or Pepsi. Well, luckily for you,
Sure
I
it's
don't.
still pretty regulated.
I think that was aimed towards me. Apparently, everyone thinks we look alike.
Yeah, I guess so. Except one of us don't have glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's Cat.
it's like saying that. Hi, I'm Kat, not Patricia
Yes,
too.
just one of us don't have glasses.
Yes.
Oh my God,
Okay.
Decker's wearing his glasses. It's a miracle.
Oh!
I feel left.
It's
I
a
feel
Well,
left.
I can actually read the chat
miracle.
like this. I don't like it. Okay.
I feel left out now. I don't
Oh,
have
by the way,
glasses.
I did find Saturday Morning Massacre. Apparently, it's also known as it's officially listed on Wikipedia as Saturday Morning Mystery, but it's also known as Saturday Morning Massacre. Apparently, it is a Scooby-Doo horror movie parody, which feels kind of redundant considering how many slasher films follow the Scooby-Doo formula.
Yeah. Also,
I was about to
there
say.
was a comment.
I would also like
How
to
much
say that
longer?
I find
Epic
it
Jason
very
X9000 asks, how much longer until even Dunkin' Donuts finally goes full Luther Burger at this point?
Well, Dunkin', Well, I was gonna say there's the the glazed donut chicken sandwich at KFC, which
Yeah,
when
but
I first
don't have
saw
a
it,
KFC
you
in
can.
my town, which makes me
I
happy.
first saw it. Yeah, when I first saw it, I joked with Creepy, going, "I think I gained 2 pounds looking at this picture." But my mom and I looked at it and we're like, if it was just like you took a glazed donut and cut it in half and made that the breading, it would be like reasonable. But it's like two actual donuts is the bottom and the top, and I'm like, no, just slice the donut in half. No, it's not
I'm
crazy
saying,
with the
like,
bread.
what Taco Bell needs to do for me to make me happy is bring back the nacho fries permanently. First off, stop bringing it back for a week and then taking it away like you hear with my nacho fries, like, motherfucker, stop it! Second. Make a burger. Make a taco burger. Make it so that little thing is on the bun. It's got the meat patty that has a taco seasoning in it, and top that shit with your shredded lettuce, your little cube tomatoes, and some nacho cheese and sour cream. Boom, put on the bun. There you go. Serve that with your nacho fries and a Baja Blast, and I'll be there every fucking day gaining weight all over.
What if they did, instead of a bun, they wrapped it in a tortilla, kind of like the Crunch Wrap, but a burger?
Yeah.
Seriously, Decker, your description just gave me type 2 diabetes.
No, it doesn't have the cinnamon twist in there somehow. Then it would give you diabetes.
1-2-3-7-8-4-4-4 games dropped another $2 saying, "Don't knock that chicken sandwich. It's a good one."
I just think it's way too much
The quality of your
bread.
KFC depends on exactly which KFC you go to.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
if we want to be experts at like trying every single chicken sandwich and even the most craziest concoctions,
I actually had one KFC that I used to live near that their quality was bad. Like, no question, it was a low quality KFC, but they did apply the spices pretty well. So you had some pretty trashy food, but it tasted good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially that. But yeah,
It's like-
and Jesse mentioned on the chat, I'm on acid and I'm hungry. How is this possible?
Do we look really cool, and can you hear the colors?
Oh, boy.
He said acid.
I have no comment.
Let us know how the purple tastes.
Yes, please tell us what purple tastes like.
It tastes like fucking purple. Of
Have
course.
a KFC Long John combo in your town? Dear God, those are 2 restaurants I don't have. I have a Popeye's chicken with Louisiana seafood attached to a chicken and seafood restaurant. I'm like,
Listen, it's not as weird as the Pizza Hut Taco Bell combo.
I mean, to be fair, they're owned by the same company.
What you go to Taco Bell and you get the Mexican pizza. How do they do it at the Pizza Hut Taco Bell combo? I gotta know.
Well, the thing is, like, for the Pizza Hut Taco Bell combo, there was one in Orlando that I
We are
once went
not
to.
on topic at all.
No, we're not. But it was like, it didn't have the full menu. It only had like these certain items from Taco Bell and these certain items from Pizza Hut that could work in the same kitchen. And that's, so there could be things that you could get at a normal Taco Bell or a Pizza Hut, but it wouldn't be at the combo.
Yeah. All right. So,
Okay.
should we do a Twitter poll on this?
Please do.
Okay, I won't do the poll.
And the one
No,
person who keeps warning me. And the one person
I got
who,
this.
I was going to say, and the one person who keeps telling me about.
Twitter poll. Oh, 1-2-3-7-8-4-4 games give us another $2 saying the cult of the sandwich lives on without me.
Also, what were you gonna say, Kat?
Well, there's one person in the chat who keeps pointing out, going, you shouldn't drink Sam's Club Cola. It's not regulated by Coke or Pepsi. A lot of sodas aren't. Fun fact. And 2 is like, if you drink that stuff, it'll give you ulcers. My friend, if you take enough Advil, which is supposed to help you with migraines, it messes up your liver.
Yeah,
Don't care.
I had to be really careful when my tooth was going off like a while back. People should remember this wasn't too long ago, but I was in so much pain and I was bouncing between Advil and ibuprofen, and I'm like, okay, this ibuprofen is thinning my blood, and I'm gonna get stomach bleeding and internal bleeding, and I'm gonna get anemic. This Tylenol is messing with my liver, and I'm gonna end up with permanent damage and have difficulties for the rest of my life if I take too much. What the hell? Someone please let me see a dentist.
And don't worry, everyone. I'll cleanse myself with the blood of the innocent, aka strawberry watermelon flavored water. You know, those little squeezy packets.
Oh, okay.
So it's full of.
I just drink water. I mean, that's pretty much all I drink since I don't drink any soda. I don't drink any coffee or tea. And and as for like alcohol, I don't really go to that much either. So, and as for juices, I'm trying to cut back on it. So,
yeah,
you know, the occasional juice for breakfast and then just plain old water. That's pretty much all I have.
I just don't like the taste of the water I have here. So that's why.
Oh yeah. When I lived in Florida, I definitely do agree because we use a lot of groundwater and the water just sucked. Yeah.
So the weird thing is, I have a weird childhood memory dedicated to what the water at Cypress Gardens, now known as Legoland, tastes like. It's the weirdest memory I have. Like I can still remember the taste, and I haven't had it in so long.
1 2 3 7 8 4 4 4 games dropped $2 saying existence may cause cancer, heart attacks, and death.
That does tend to happen, yeah. If we live, then there might be a chance that any of those things could happen. I mean, especially death. It is pretty inevitable. But
yeah,
I mean, like,
that's kind of a thing.
Yes.
Listen, Kevin. This is my 1 soda a day. Do not panic. I'm glad you are concerned about my health and well-being. Please stop. I'm used to people being like, "But we're concerned about your health." Please stop.
Zaki Niku 77 says Creepy never finished his statement.
Oh.
He looks like he's looking something up, clicking around something. I don't know.
No, he's typing something for me. He's typing up stuff for me. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Creepy. I got what I need.
Yeah. Also, I don't remember what it was I was saying earlier, so unfortunately,
that's okay.
I can't finish it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that excuse me. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let us discuss about the weekly Twitter poll, which will be actually on my Twitter, which is at Patty_B_Miranda. So the question of the day is, what strange Mountain Dew item would you like to see open to the public and just be personally ashamed of it? Is it number 1, the Mountain Dew body wash, which we already did the Mountain Dew body wash. There is actually one that exists.
Yes.
So okay, so I think that was we have to change that one. So never mind. Okay,
Mountain Dew fried chicken.
Mountain Dew fried
Yes. Mountain Dew fried chicken.
Mountain Dew fried chicken.
Oh my god.
I knew fried chicken would somehow sneak into the Twitter polls. I tried my hardest.
Yes, Mountain Dew fried chicken available at your local Bojangles. Number 2, Number 2, the Mountain Dew waterbed. Number 3, the Mountain Dew condom. Or number 4, the cure for redacted. 30 minutes, and I will give Decker the link to my Twitter page. Have fun.
Oh, someone just went. Anthony Hodak just went. Stop! You're only giving them ideas.
Well, I hope that I'll be given my pay for it.
You're not. You know how Mountain Dew is.
I know, but hey, it's worth a try.
By the way, the Mountain Dew condoms, they glow a very unnatural shade of green.
Where did you send the link?
I'm finishing up right now.
Oh, okay.
Yes, waterbeds are still a thing. I live in a house that still has one.
Yes. Okay, so 30 minutes. Here we go, finishing up. Okay, there we go. Let me just send the tweet over to Decker.
Oh, we're fun people here.
Yes, indeed. There you go, Decker. All right, everybody.
I love how they're all just chatting about the condoms in the chat.
Anyone
trying to figure out.
They're like okay, where did you send it?
Over to the. You know what? Let me just send it myself.
There we go.
I hear myself.
Hello.
Okay, now I don't.
Hello.
Now I do.
That's your inner voice. It's your conscience, Decker. Kill the cricket now.
Yes, kill it. Anyway, okay, here we go. I got it. All right, everybody. It's on the chat. Have fun. Okay, so What?
Sorry. Patrick Johnson goes, I'm ashamed to admit it. I would totally buy the Mountain Dew waterbed.
I feel like it'd be kind of just bubbling slightly. It's kind of like a little massage while you sleep.
I think it would be
in
like...
case it bursts open, the caffeine will wake you up and you'll know, oh my crap, my Mountain Dew bed exploded.
I think it'd be
Oh my
like the
crap.
same... I think it would feel like the same as a standard waterbed, but like you get the occasional fuzz buzzle, and then when it finally goes flat, which it will, it'll just be a standard waterbed.
Yeah.
And then somehow rats will eat the tubes and cause it to leak.
Very true. Very true. All right. Well, let's move on right before we go.
Mountain Dew bath water. You can sell
Mountain
that
Dew
by the
fueled
jar.
chainsaws.
Ew, gross.
Mountain Dew fueled chainsaws.
Oh boy.
No. No. All right, let's move on because oh my god, if we don't, then we're gonna be here all night.
True.
So stuff in the title card. Stuff in the title card. What have we not talked about yet?
I mean, there's so many things that we haven't talked about. Let's move over to some video game news because there's been a rumor that's been going on for a while about what Nintendo's going to be doing for Mario in honor of his 35th anniversary. So
Be knocking on all of our doors and being like, "Hey, that was a great 35 years of fun, huh? You owe us money."
They're gonna be knocking down the doors and like, we're gonna finally do the plumbing in your house, which I would love, by the way.
We would like to play
with you.
Yes.
The We Like to Play commercials. Those were weird, but effective.
I had a friend who did a fan art of it, but it was like, we would like to play with you. And then the Wii U got announced like the day after he made that art. And he's like, I swear to God, I did not know this was a thing. I was just making a joke.
Oh, boy.
Jesse's asking who got their stimulus check. Not me. Not yet,
Not me.
anyway. I don't know.
No.
I filed the
No.
taxes and paid them. The IRS was like, hey, that's fine. I haven't seen a thing yet, though.
I know that one of my friends just got a call from their bank explaining how the stimulus check was going to work for him. And then I had another friend, he's getting his check as well in Canada.
Wait a minute.
A wonderful world of Canada.
What?
Are they doing
No,
that too, or what? Well, how's that?
Canada's also doing a stimulus package.
Okay. Just...
No. It's not some weird offshore account, I promise. Although, how offshore is Canada?
I don't know. Anyway, but yes, going into the Mario news. Yes, there's been rumors going around that possibly we could get a major remaster of most of the 35-year catalog on the Nintendo Switch. So
and I find
this
that
was
a very odd claim because Nintendo's not really
Yeah.
known for doing that.
I mean, the last time they
Yeah.
the last time they did that was back in the Super Nintendo when they released the Super Mario Stars, the Super Mario All-Stars pack.
Yeah,
Right.
but
I remember.
that was not nearly as many games as this would have to
Yeah.
I mean,
how many Mario games are there?
Too many.
Ah.
Say so creepy. Why don't you read this one?
Oh,
We'll take a look at we'll take a look at the update a little later.
okay.
So-
Let's see. Whoops.
I believe in you, creepy.
There we go. Okay. Original article, as opposed to the fake article. Never mind.
No. It's the update. We'll get to the update later.
Okay, fair enough. Nintendo is set to remaster most of Super Mario's 35-year back catalog on Switch to celebrate the franchise's 35th anniversary this year, according to a new report. The monumental news comes from trusted site VGC, which credits multiple sources, none of which are
multiple sources.
right.
Okay, so take it with a grain of salt, people. This is a rumor.
Right.
He said his dad works at Nintendo. I mean,
As
what do you want?
the janitor.
I know this one friend whose dad is in Japan, and he gets information from his coworker's buddy's roommate about Nintendo games. So that's how I know.
From the bathroom.
From the bathroom.
Sure. Anyway, sorry.
Where was I? Oh, yeah. Apparently, Nintendo is set to hold an event which will coincide with the anniversary, with all plans due to be revealed alongside new details of Nintendo's partnership with Universal and more. Okay, now that's terrifying, but fortunately, this sounds like a match that was never made to last.
I mean, we did mention about the Universal Studios attraction for Mario. I mean, we've been talking about it for over a year.
That's true. That's true.
And not to mention, there's the Despicable Illumination Entertainment, which is going to be doing the Mario movie. So, I think that's also a Universal, production. So, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Anyway, continue, Curfew.
Right. The specific games theoretically coming our way haven't been mentioned, but the report mentions that, as well as the remasters noted above, several other Mario titles, again air quotes, both in and out of the article, are also launching
Mario titles,
including a new Paper Mario game.
Zaki Neko 76.
The way I take it, whenever I hear news about Nintendo working on this or that, or something coming out that hasn't been announced yet, the better it sounds, the more I want it, the less likely it's going to be happening.
Yeah. Yep. Like, remember the rumors for that Sun and Moon were going to actually be available for the Switch?
Yeah, I remember.
No, the sequel to Sun and Moon was going to be on the Switch. Yeah, Stars. Never happened.
Zaki Neko 77 gave us $2 saying, "Creepy, please review Ray Earth movie."
Okay. You're talking about Magic Knight Ray Earth.
Yeah.
Ray Earth. Yeah. Now that Ray Earth, I was like, what? And you say Ray Earth, I'm like, oh, Ray Earth. Yes, I know about Magic Knight Ray Earth. I haven't watched it, but I at least know of it.
Mm-hmm.
If they're gonna do a lot of the quote unquote Mario games, are they gonna include Mario CD in there? Are they gonna include Mario CD? They're not gonna include Mario CD. They want to pretend it never happened.
What about Hotel Mario?
Oh yeah, Hotel Mario.
Mario teaches typing.
I have that one.
Mario's fundamentals.
Mario is missing. Mario's time machine. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it if they brought back and did a redoing of that, but like with more modern stuff, teach the kids and stuff.
Mario is probably mentally destroyed at this point.
I mean, how many times does he get hit in the head?
Shit he's been through.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I'm actually curious.
South Bend Bully Slayer says, "Hope you make lots of spaghetti."
No.
Patrick Johnson says, "If Hotel Mario isn't included, we riot."
I mean, don't you guys have Luigi's Mansion? That game,
Louis.
Yeah, that game. Yeah, I mean, doesn't one of the games take place in a hotel?
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah.
That is a hotel.
There you go.
It's come full circle, boys.
There you go. There's
a level. Sorry. All right.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, there's a level in Super Mario Sunshine, which is actually a reference to Hotel Mario.
There you go. So, yes, we have our Hotel Mario. It's called Luigi's Mansion 3. There you go.
We can't quite believe what we're writing. Neither do any of us. So we'll be staying glued to our screens for the foreseeable future. And we'll, of course, update you should Nintendo announce these plans officially. So for all we know,
that's kind of an important step.
Yeah. So I'm actually curious. If you were to see any remasters of any of these games, what would you like to see?
Believe it or not, Super Mario Land 2.
That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love to. I mean, like it was. I mean, I like to see what. I would like to have like what they did for Link's Awakening, in which they modernized it and they gave it like new designs and all that stuff. I'd like to see that for Super Mario Land 2. That'd be a lot of fun.
I was gonna say Super Mario World because that was the very first video game I ever played at like 3-4 years old. Mm-hmm. But then I'd remember the Switch. If you have online, if you do the whole online subscription thing, you get that for free on your Switch. So it's like, I don't know what game I would want.
I mean, personally,
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see a proper Mario 64 remaster with like new modern controls and all that kind of stuff. I know a lot of people were taking the piss out of the DS remake, but I mean, if I would like. I mean, to me personally, I am not the hugest fan of Mario 64. Maybe because I never grew up with a Nintendo 64, but when I played it like 10 years ago, I wasn't impressed with it. So I would like to see what the big fuss is. It's like, hey, modernize it to, like almost like Mario Odyssey levels, in which like, hey, let's have some more places, like to explore, maybe add some new levels and all that kind of stuff. Do what the DS did. I mean, I don't know if you want to include the mini games and all that kind of stuff, but I like to see that happen. And also, any other games that I'd like to see a remaster of. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, if you want to do like, that's really tough because a lot of the more recent ones, like the ones that came out around the late 2000s and throughout the 2010s, I think they're perfectly playable in my opinion. But I think like some of the older games have actually gotten, remakes. I mean, they've, gotten the Super Nintendo graphics when the console was out. So seeing any of these games in a Nintendo Switch where like, you get to play Super Mario Sunshine, maybe you get to tweak the gameplay and the controls and all that kind of stuff, that would be great. Maybe Super Mario Galaxy, where you get to explore some new worlds, and maybe a definitive Super Mario, new Super Mario Brothers series of games. I would love it. That would be amazing. As for which ones I really want, definitely the handhelds and Super Mario 64. Those are my choices.
I wanted to remake. I wanted to redo Pokemon Coliseum and make the sequel that I also deserve.
Everybody deserves a Pokemon Coliseum sequel.
Because XD ended on a cliff note and it annoys me. Also, I would love to see Earthbound again, but...
Well, everybody knows that Toy's not going to make a Mother 4.
No, I just want him to actually officially release an English dubbing of Mother 3.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, for sure. Come on, Doug Bowser, give it to us. Reggie didn't give it to us, so we need to have you do it.
If you want us to love you further...
Epic Jason X9000 says, screw me remasters, I just want a new F-Zero, a sequel to Kid Icarus Uprising, Metroid Prime 4, and a sequel to Metroid Fusion, and a sequel to Star Fox 2, aka Star Fox 3.
I want to see more of that kitty.
As opposed to Star Fox Zero.
Though, Star Fox Zero
that one had gyro aiming in it, and a lot of people complained about it, but I never got to play it, so I don't know, did they implement it badly, or are people just assholes?
I think it's the the Skyward Sword situation in which like some people can get into the motion controls, others couldn't. So yeah.
Also, what they could do.
It's like I mentioned in excitement about how, oh my god, Doom 64 has gyro aiming finally, and a lot of people are like, well, what's the point? You can't look up or down. It's like, this makes it easier to implement the gyro controls. They work even better. What are you talking about?
I was going to say, another thing that they could do is, okay, do you remember that one Star Fox game we're technically not supposed to talk about, but the furry fandom loves talking about, the one with the girl fox?
Adventures.
Adventures, yeah.
Why not take that game and make it what originally it was supposed to be?
Dinosaur Planet.
The girl
Dinosaur Planet, yeah.
Yeah, why don't they just do that? Please?
I don't think that would be possible.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you remember... Rare is now owned by Microsoft.
Oh, yeah.
And Microsoft makes them do nothing but Kinect games, and then they discontinue the Kinect.
And then they did Sea of Thieves, which was essentially, from what I've heard from people, it's essentially No Man's Sky, but with pirates.
I was going to equate it. It's gotten a lot better now.
It's kind of like No Man's Sky, then.
Yes,
very true.
Yes, yeah. I think it also suffered from No Man's Sky syndrome, where a big company was really pushing behind it and really wanted to release it at a certain date instead of, giving it some time to grow and cultivate and, bloom.
Yeah.
Why am I sounding like a planter? I'm a gardener now. Welcome to my garden.
But on things that actually have been announced by big companies, the next generation of systems, everyone's seen everything there is to see about the Xbox Series X. They've dissected the thing. They've taken over. They're like, hey, here's all the little doohickeys. You want to get some little X-ray shots of the microchip? We'll give them to you. It's just whatever. Like, just everything out there. Whew. And in the meantime, Sony's just been there like, it's coming. And they finally showed a little something. The controller.
They showed an ankle?
The PlayStation 5.
Oh, yes, that's right. The controller that everybody has pretty much just tore to shreds. Oh, man, where do I even begin?
I'm not the happiest about it, but of course, if you want to say my opinion on where it sits in Nintendo's controller, Microsoft's controller, and Sony's controller, which one do I think is the best controller? I'm going to say is Sony. Sony, they have the best stuff in there right now. For versatility, Nintendo, but they usually don't use a lot of that, and they still don't have freaking analog triggers. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. So whose turn
Final
is it
Fantasy
to?
VII.
Oh, well, yes, it's already out.
I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I've been listening to
I'm going to probably say something very controversial.
I rather like the direction they've taken it, personally.
I'm going to say something incredibly controversial. I've never completed the game.
I never played one.
I played Final Fantasy VII like 5 times, completed it.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest RPG fan.
I had a lot more free time back then.
Yeah. Anyway, but whose turn is it to read? Who read the last one?
I just read
that would have been.
Okay, so it's my turn.
It would be your turn. Yeah.
Okay then. We've reached an exciting milestone with PlayStation 5 as we're starting to ship our new controller with its final design to developers who are implementing its unique features to their games. But first, we wanted everyone in the PlayStation community to get a first look at the DualSense wireless controller and hear our vision for how the new controller will captivate more of your senses as you interact with the virtual world in PS5 games. The features of DualSense, along with PS5's Tempest 3D audio tech, will deliver a new feeling of immersion to players. When the PlayStation 4 was launched in 2013, the DualShock 4 wireless controller garnered a lot of positive feedback from gamers and developers for being the best PlayStation controller yet. I actually do agree. It is an amazing controller.
We're actually evolving things somewhat.
Yeah, it feels really comfortable, and the buttons and the joysticks and the shoulder pads are very easy to use. I agree. It's a great controller.
Where's the squishy bit from the... I was going to say, wasn't there like a weird squishy bit on the PlayStation 4 controller you could poke? I remember that being a thing.
Yes, there is a squishy thing that you can poke, yes.
Yay! Yay, squishy thing!
Anyway,
no,
this brought us to the next question. Yes. This brought us to the next question. How do we build upon that success? After thoughtful consideration, we decided to keep much of what the gamers loved about DualShock 4 intact, while adding new functionality and refining the design. Based on our discussions with developers, we concluded that the sense of touch within gameplay, much like the audio, hasn't been a big focus for many games. We had a great opportunity for PS5 to innovate by offering game creators the ability to explore how they can heighten that feeling of immersion throughout the new controller. That's why we adopted haptic feedback, which adds a variety of powerful sensations you feel when you play, such as the slow grittiness of driving a car through mud. We also incorporated adaptive triggers into the L2 and R2 buttons of DualSense, so you can truly feel the tensions of your actions, like when drawing a bow to shoot an arrow. This provided us with an exciting challenge to design a new controller that builds off the current generation, while taking into account the new features we were adding. For example, with adapting triggers, we had to consider how the components would fit into the hardware without giving it a bulky feeling. Our design team worked closely with our hardware engineers to place the triggers and actuators. The designers were then able to draw the lines of how the exterior of the controller would look and feel, with the challenge of making the controller feel smaller than it really looks. In the end, we changed the angle of the hand triggers to make some subtle updates to the grip. We also took thoughtful considerations into ways of maintaining a strong battery life for the DualSense rechargeable battery and to lessen the weight of the controller as much as possible, as new features were added. For the buttons, you'll notice there is no longer a share button as we had with the DualShock 4. Don't worry, it's not going away.
The hell out of me, considering there's a button right there where the share button used to be that looks like it says something involving sharing, but that's just me.
Well, that's what I was about to say. We are going to do the create button instead. With create, we're once again pioneering new ways for players to create epic gameplay content to share with the world or just to enjoy for themselves. We'll have more details on it when it's closer to launch. DualSense also builds a built-in microphone array, which enables players to easily chat with friends without a headset. Ideal for jumping into a quick conversation, but of course, if you're planning on chatting for a longer period, it's good to have a headset handy.
So you know all those games on the DS where you had to blow on it to do stuff? You can do that with a PlayStation 5.
I was going to do a Takeshi's Challenge reference. Because in Takeshi's Challenge, you had to actually sing into the secondary microphone on the... I'll be quiet now.
I get the reference.
Thank you. Also, Patrick Johnson just said I guarantee no one will be using any of these weird features. Well, no one besides David Cage.
I mean, it's obvious. David Cage is David Cage. I mean, yeah.
Ugh.
Trying to bring, innovative gameplay with, point and click simulators. Fun.
AKA quick time events for everything.
Yay.
Okay then. Anyway, so yeah, it's just going. Oh yeah, colors. Let's talk about the colors. Traditionally, our base controller has a single color. As you can see, we went for a different direction this time and decided on a two-tone design. Additionally, we changed the position of the light bar that will give it an extra pop. On DualShock 4, it sat on top of the controller. Now it sits on each side of the touchpad, giving a slightly larger look and feel. In all, we went through several concepts and...
What's wrong with two-tone?
It's like with cars and with refrigerators at one point. It's what you do to a product when you have to release a new version, but you're not actually changing anything about it.
Yeah. Now,
okay, valid point.
Yeah, I want to actually stop for a moment because in addition, when the controller was coming out and everybody was just complaining that it looked like an Xbox controller, there were a lot of people who actually were doing some really cool designs for the PlayStation 5 controller. Like, I want to actually show a few because I think I saw it on Geek Culture. I saw the article and I'm going to actually pull it up real quick because it's actually pretty neat. Like, creativity and imagination can go very far. So
I have a weird question though, because it didn't cover it in the thing. I mean, battery life is great and all, and you're making it not too heavy. How durable is it? Because is it going to be durable enough for, let's say, an angry teenage boy who's getting ticked off, he's getting his butt kicked, and he throws the controller? How easily is that thing going to break?
I guess they have no comment on it until a much later date. So, yeah. Anyway, so these are the color mock-ups that they were showcasing on Geek Culture. Like, we have the traditional PlayStation 4 colors.
I like that one.
The DualSense. Then there are these different color schemes. You have yellow and red and light blue. Then you have the classic PlayStation colors.
Ooh,
and
that's pretty.
Then you have it's very pretty. And then you have these other colors, which this white and green one definitely looks like an Xbox controller. Like, it's not even. I mean, like, look at this. Like, look at this for a second. Just bask in the glory that is this one. I mean, it almost looks like an Xbox controller.
If you didn't tell me that it was a PlayStation controller, I would have thought it was an Xbox controller because I remember back in the days of 360, white and green was the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I can understand if they wanted to go in this direction. And then this is my favorite. They are the console ones. So this one is for God of War. I'm just going to pull it up really quick. The like right here. So this is so we have God of War, which I really love the color design on this one. This looks awesome, pretty. By the way. I really like this one. It looks awesome, and it has like the Norse writing right here. It has the God of War symbol. I love it.
That this one so wear out after hard gaming.
Now, this one definitely does look like an Xbox controller, like classic Xbox, but it's actually from The Last of Us because it has the Firefly symbol. This one is from Insomniac Games.
Okay, that's uh-oh. That's not a good. That's a bad. That's a very bad. Huh. So then, hello? Am I here? What's going on? I don't know why my camera is still not on. According to YouTube, I'm still live and still streaming fine. I don't know what the hell happened. So, yeah. Well then, it's a fun little game. A fun little game we're playing here. Okay, you can hear me. That's good. I have no idea what the hell's going on here. Why absolutely everything is just gone. Like, my camera's supposed to be here. Oh, there I am. Hey!
Hi, Decker!
It's just busy, like...
Don't worry, it's been the Patricia and Kat show. No one knows who's who.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like, they literally don't know, they can't tell us apart. We're twins, essentially.
Apparently. We'll just need to put little name tags in the bottom. Patricia, Kat. And then on April Fools, we'll just switch it to confuse everyone.
Yeah. I'm going to get my glasses, and I'm going to turn off the lights of my room.
Hey!
And and you can be all analytical and trying to stay on topic. So it's perfect.
I'll fail epically. I can do the analytical part, not the staying on topic. No.
Patrick Johnson says, wear labels on your foreheads. No.
No.
Oh boy.
Maybe we can convince Decker to put little icons in the corners of our screens so everyone can know who's who.
There we go.
I'll design them if I have to.
It cuts off. I just gotta keep.
Anyway,
Okay, so if I do this, I just drag this over a little bit. And
well, Decker finishes that.
Okay.
I was talking about the Spider-Man controller.
There we go, and I just keep wiggling the mouse like this one, and we have names everywhere. There we go.
Yay!
Oh my God!
Hey!
Oh,
that's very sweet of you. All right, now they know who's who. Yay! Anyway, so yeah, those are the cool customizable controllers. So yeah, there's actually one more I want to show because this one actually was so hilarious. As somebody who is a Homestar Runner fan, somebody actually did Homestar Runner. It's a web series that came out in.
No, I know what Homestar Runner. No, I was just saying Trogdor.
No. I wish they would have done it.
HomestarRunner.net. It's .com.
I'm gonna be so depressed because Flash is ending this year, and all of Homestar Runner, unless someone's made a massive archive, it's gonna be gone forever.
Don't worry, the Chapman brothers already did a joke a few years ago on their YouTube channel called Flash is Dead. So they already know this. They've already been ahead of the curve, which of course they have been. But no, the Trogdor one would have been amazing. But no, they did not do a Trogdor looking PlayStation 5 controller. They actually did a Strong Mad PlayStation 5 controller.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so some guy online did this, and then the official Strong Bad tweet did this GIF for Strong Mad actually going up and down, looking like a PlayStation 5 controller. Now it says, "I love that brother Grawmad's distinctive shape is so ingrained in y'all's that you can see him as a controller. But this is all I can see, and now I can't unsee. So yeah. So shout outs to the guy who did the Strong Mad controller for the PlayStation 5 design. That
now make a Trogdor one.
Yes, please make a Trogdor one. That would be amazing.
Or S is for Sucks Dragon. I don't care. the lesser known dragon.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, in terms of the controller going into the next generation, I'm just here kind of disappointed. Because when it comes to game, like, understand this.
Okay.
I'm an old motherfucker. I'm a gamer since I was like tiny motherfucker. And when we had a new generation didn't just mean, hey, this is the stuff we're buying games for now. It meant new experiences. And new experiences came in two forms. One, the system was more powerful and more capable of doing things that just couldn't be done before. Larger worlds, more beautiful graphics, of course, but also new kinds of gameplay. And also that also came with a new controller. And the controllers had more buttons, more sticks, more features.
More
and that's just not fucking happening anymore. Like, you got a more powerful system, and things look nicer, but it's not making things better in a way that can give you a kind of gameplay that you never had before. We really didn't even tap what the 8th generation could do gameplay-wise. They just did the same shit that the 7th gen did. Even though the 8th gen was more capable. The only time it really tapped into gameplay that you couldn't in the 7th was with VR.
Right.
But even then, VR, they didn't... Like, Half-Life Alyx, a lot of people are considering the first actual killer app of virtual reality.
Oh, wow.
As nice as Vacation Simulator is, it's still just a little tiny smidge of a game, just like Job Simulator before it. It's fun, but you're over and done with it in an hour. It's not a big game like I'm going to go out and spend hundreds or possibly thousands of dollars for a VR setup so that I can experience this. Job Simulator, Vacation Simulator, that ain't it. Most of VR games out there play like tech demos. Yeah. Half-Life Alyx is like the first big VR game. So like with the controllers, that's the area, like with the specs of the system, pushing it as beefy as you can, the law of diminishing returns is really kind of working against you. You're not really going to make the kinds of games that are going to introduce new kinds of gameplay through making the system more powerful. That's really not something that's going to happen. So the easiest way to try and expand on games is to try and work with adding some more features to the controllers. And Sony's big new feature is we renamed the share button Create. And I'm I'm happy for the haptic feedback. I'm happy for some additions here and there. I'm happy that it's looking like it's going to have much better battery life. I'm very damn happy it has an internal rechargeable battery pack. Microsoft, why? So
Decker's happy, everybody. Let's take note of that.
Decker's
but it's
happy.
Still the same 4 buttons, still the same 2 sticks, still the same D-pad, still the same 4 shoulder buttons. And I'm like, motherfucker, I didn't hear anything about it, but you better have not removed the accelerometer or gyroscope, or them be fighting words.
Christopher Hensel gave us $100. Like, wow, thank you so much.
We have to do some kind of party thing.
Party
pay! This is for making my Saturday night a lot better. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Megan, I would dance right now, but I haven't figured this is the thing that
we need poppers.
Get some poppers.
We need poppers for sure.
I'm gonna
fidget spinner dance party.
I'm just gonna mention a little thing that I might be doing in the March of the Clowns right here.
Okay, Mothra celebration.
Just maybe.
Hey, that looks like the Mothra from the Japanese Godzilla website. I'm the one who bought it. I'm the one who sent you
Jesse
guys
says
the
you
stuff.
just got stimulus. Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Oh, speaking of Godzilla toys, we actually have an announcement.
That's going to make paying for my dental expenses a lot better.
Yeah. We actually do have some awesome Godzilla versus Kong announcements regarding about merchandise.
Darth
Anything
Necrosis
about the Mothra?
says, "Want to see Decker mad? Predator remake.
Nothing about the
is
Mothra
a
yet.
masterpiece."
Should I? Yeah. Should I?
Masudai. Wait, me? Well, Patricia, if we ever do a Halloween special, I just figured out our costume. We could be the Mothra.
Now they'll never tell us apart.
Yes. I'll be the one holding the Mothra.
There you go. We might as well just be the twin fairies at this point.
That was basically the idea. We'd be the twin fairies who summon Mothra.
There you go. Okay, well, let me just pull up the article about the Godzilla versus Kong merchandise. And right before I say anything, for whoever's reading this, there is if you are like going completely blind over this Godzilla versus Kong movie that's probably going to be coming out like either late this year or early to late next year, there's going to be potential spoilers. So if you do not,
I'm still annoyed there was no snake alien in any of the Alien movies. I got my snake alien toy. It was awesome.
Yeah, but I just want to make a mention that if you're going to be like saying in the comments, "Oh, how dare you spoil this?" Like, I'm just giving everybody a warning that.
And spoiler alert for Godzilla vs. Kong. There has been some pictures that have really come out about involving toys that are going to be tied into the movie, and said toys may be spoiling the surprise for some things.
Yes.
Should we play the Purge siren to warn everyone of spoilers?
No, then we'll have this video and possibly the channel removed.
Epic Jason X9000 says they're still waiting for Bandai to finally make brand new toys based on Mothra Leo. That Eternal form is still one I'm waiting to own in my collection. What say you, creepy?
Sorry, that kind of all came in at once, and then the last thing I heard intelligibly was, "What say you, creepy?"
Well, what say you?
I say...
I mean, he's referring to the question about Mothra Leo, that there should be a toy of it.
I mean, okay. Not my favorite version of Mothra, but okay, fine.
All right.
It was really funny. I remember MegaCon last year. I went, and they had a whole booth dedicated to kaiju toys and memorabilia. And I went over, and I go, "So, Mothra." They go, "Sold out within the first hour." I'm like, "Did you not?" I'm like, "Did you not have enough Mothra product or what?" And this was on Thursday, the slowest day of MegaCon.
Wow.
I can attest to this. I have been going to MegaCon since 2007, so
Lone Dragon
I know that
how Godzilla vs. Kong even works. So didn't Godzilla just step on Kong? I think that we're going with a bigger Kong because they tend to not make Godzilla smaller.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, so
maybe it's the Kong from maybe.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say maybe it's the Godzilla that just stays put and doesn't do anything, and then Kong climbs it.
Yes.
I ain't a guy starting.
Anyway,
the kids coming back to movies, isn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
So he could technically do the Honey I Blew Up the Kids, but on King Kong, and he's already big, and then he turns Godzilla's size. He's like, fuck, why'd I do that? I was trying to make it small with the other thing. I pressed the wrong button. Damn it.
All right, so again, spoilers. If you do not want to see the possible, things are may or may not happen in this movie, then stay away from this stream and wait maybe just a few minutes. All right, here we go. I'll have you read it this time. Okay, so
which one is
here we go.
I think me, because I'm technically next in line.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You are technically next in line, aren't you? All right, so...
Also, Decker, I will have to give you some sad news. That booth had 0 Gamera product.
Oh.
And not like they were sold out. None.
Oh, come on.
I didn't know Gamera was going to be called upon. It's a giant flying turtle. It's a flying turtle.
He's a friend of children everywhere. Even in the first movie when he was murdering people.
All right.
Yes. I mean, what was the song? You know, like when they were saying, "Oh, we're sold out." It's like, I am sorry, we're sold out. You can go and cry and shout. I know you wanted Gamera toys or something like that. I don't know. Okay, continue. Somebody read this.
I'm on it. New leaked toy images for Godzilla vs. Kong have been released, giving us a look at what may happen in the upcoming film, along with a preview of a new monster set to appear in the movie. Is it Gamera? Godzilla vs. Kong is currently set to release in theaters in November. This print is so tiny of this year.
Hold on. Let me make it bigger. There you go.
Thank you. This is clearly subject to change, considering redacted. Not much has been announced of the movie plot-wise, but new toy images have revealed what fans of the MonsterVerse movies have been looking for. Check them out.
Okay, so this is Godzilla.
Hello, Godzilla.
Battle damage.
Yeah, there is a huge slash on his
gonna
chest.
get fucked up.
That just reminds me of that cat dog toy. The toy that was advertised in the cat dog series, where it's like, you can cut him and it looks like he bleeds.
All right, so well, we know that Godzilla is going to get severely damaged in this movie. All right, so next one.
Godzilla.
And here's wow, here we go.
I just rip
what
off
this
part
reminds
of
me of is those.
Wow, look at his arm too. Like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm
This reminds me of those Jurassic Park dinosaur figures where they had battle damage. Like you could like
Wait,
little
what the hell?
of them would break off and you'd see their ribs or something.
Kong has a club made out of a bone with a Godzilla spike in it. How the hell did he get his hands on that?
I want
know
to
this.
know.
I might know this. Thank you, Blathers from freaking Animal Crossing. Apparently, the Stegosaurus, it has bony-like protrusions, but they're not connected to the skeleton. They're just in the skin and flesh.
That's connected to bone right there.
No, but if Godzilla is like a Stegosaurus, maybe the bony bits on the back of Godzilla aren't actually connected to Godzilla's spine, but connected within the flesh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow, Blathers taught me something.
Okay, here we go. This is the actual spoiler character. So again, if you made it this far, no spoil. If you don't want to be spoiled, leave. Okay, here we go. This is the new character featured. Okay, this is more stuff. Megacon and a Mega Godzilla. So we're gonna be getting Mega forms.
They got their Kongzonium Z and their Godzillium Y.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do all the people show up to chant and clap and stomp their feet like they do in the Pokemon battles?
Sure.
Yes.
At this point, yeah.
No, I'm not saying Gigamax. I'm saying Megaforms.
I want
Mega.
They're already Gigamax.
Anyway, so
You
next
can't
one.
Gigamax and Gigamax.
Okay, so here we go. We got some other stuff. This is the new monster that will be featured in the movie, Nozuki.
He looks cute.
Yeah, it's adorable.
He's a flying snake.
This?
It's a flying snake.
It's a new monster
called one. The one on the lower right.
Oh, that one. I'm
That looks like some shit I drew when I was 14.
I might know this.
I'm doing drugs.
Finally. No, I might know this. I might. So don't take my word on this. So in the original Kong movies, as well as King Kong movies, as well as the Skull Island one, King Kong fights a Tyrannosaurus Rex-like creature. It's known as, I think, like the dinosaur or something like that in the original Kong movies, as a way to show its feat of strength and how strong it is.
They're saying it's called the Skull Crawler.
Oh,
yeah,
romantic.
It says Skull Crawler are in Kong's Skull Island. Oh, that's right, because this movie is supposed to take place between Kong's Skull Island and then the 2017 Godzilla movie and Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Oh, so it's a pre-sequel?
So is it like, I know they're trying to do an established universe for Godzilla and Kong, so I think that's what they're doing. Yeah. So let's see. There's some news here. So go ahead.
With these images, we are able to look at what normal Godzilla and Kong will look like. We will also be able to have a look at Mega Kong and Mega Godzilla. And Mega Godzilla could be a cross between Mecha Godzilla and its normal self.
Mm.
I know a fun fact about Mecha Godzilla. Originally, it was supposed to have a rainbow coloring on it, not the silver.
It was the 70s, so of course.
I'm sitting here going, no, Mecha Godzilla says gay rights. Yay. Anyway.
Sure.
Also,
I was gonna say that it was originally supposed to be a leprechaun, but okay.
Yeah. Either or. Also revealed as a new monster called Nozuki. Nozuki.
Nozuki? Yeah.
Nozuki. Who could possibly end up being the main villain of Godzilla vs. Kong. Yeah, with these types of movies, yeah.
Okay, so again, take this with a grain of salt for those who decided to tune in, because these are just the toys.
That actually looks like the snake alien from my collection of toys when I was a kid.
Yeah. Okay, so for those...
Yeah. Nice! Yeah. Nice! It finally fucking happened!
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not in an alien movie.
Close enough!
Yes, so for those who are just kind of coming back without receiving the spoilers, welcome back. I think that, again, take it with a grain of salt. We don't know if these spoilers are actually going to be canon to the movie, but, should be interesting to see what happens. All right, so I guess we can go over to the next discussion, which...
Epic Jason. Yes, Epic Jason, next 9000. Snooki from Jersey Shore is a Godzilla monster now.
Yes. Yes. That is the plot twist at the end of Godzilla vs. Kong. It was Jersey Shore.
This explains everything. Wait, wouldn't that be the TriStar Godzilla, though? Because it was...
Yeah.
So it's like the Godzilla equivalent of Citizen Kane. It was the sled all along.
Rosebud. Snooky.
I got Article 19 on the list.
Okay.
Thinking possibly that.
Okay.
Stephen King was interviewed, and because everyone's comparing the Redacted to The Stand.
Oh, yes.
And so he's been getting that a lot.
Pretend I don't know what The Stand is. What's The Stand?
It's a Stephen King novel about a pandemic. Caused a whole lot of problems.
So, do you think he gets that asked anytime there's a pandemic? Do you think he got called on when the swine flu happened?
People didn't freak out about that one nearly as much.
Yeah.
Tell that to my high school.
They didn't freak it out.
Tell that to my high school.
I got some excerpts from the article listed here. So,
sure.
Redacted, like the Redacted, was bound to happen, as Stephen King says. There was never any question of that in our society, where travel is a staple of daily life. Sooner or later, there was going to be a Redacted. I was going to communicate to the public at large. And then another part of the article, they're asking him how Redacted will leave a lasting impact. He says, for me, as a guy who is in his 70s now, I can remember my mother talking about the Great Depression. It made a scar, left trauma behind. And I think that my granddaughter, who can't see her friends, can only Skype them once in a while, she's stuck in the house. When she's grown up and her children say, oh my God, I'm so bored, I can't go out, my granddaughter's going to say, she's been around in 2020 because we were stuck in the house for months at a time. We couldn't go out. We were scared of germs. And later on...
See, it all started when some guy shot a gorilla.
Oh, God.
That's where it went downhill.
So, finally, later in the article, they asked how Redacted is affecting Stephen King's writing today. And he's saying that he has set the book that he's working on in the year 2020 because they thought, okay, when they publish it, it's 2021, it'll be like in the past, safely in the past. And then this thing came along, and they immediately looked back at the copy they were writing and saw that one of the things that was going on was two of the characters went on a cruise. And I thought, well, no, I don't think anybody's going on cruise ships this year. And I looked at everything and immediately set the book in 2019, where people could congregate and be together, and the story would work because of that.
Yeah. Makes sense, of course.
So yeah.
So, anyway, so if you want to know more about this, then the website that Stephen King was interviewed discussing about this is on NPR, National Public Radio. Yes, the radio station that you sometimes listen to early in the morning. That if you want to sound very intelligent, you can listening alongside with subjects such as Fresh Air by Terry Gross, or All Things Considered, or This American Life, or a whole bunch of other great shows. StoryCorps is actually one of my favorite ones, especially when they animate them and you tell real stories based off of real people's lives. I always enjoy listening to that one. I'm a radio snob. What do you want from me?
Cinema Reaper Reviews says, I'm tired of these redacted in this redacted plane.
How is the plane not redacted?
I mean, I don't know.
I think all the planes are redacted right now.
Oh, you know what? We're long overdue at this point, but the Twitter poll is officially over. Right. Yeah, so sorry everybody. We were just talking about stupid nonsense. So yeah. All right then. So
about those Mountain Dew tacos.
Tacos were not even on the list, Declan. Okay, so
Mountain Dew fried chicken.
Okay, so the results. What strange Mountain Dew item would you like to see open to the public? We have at 15% the Mountain Dew waterbed. At 19% the Mountain Dew fried chicken.
Yes.
So yeah, tell that to your D&D friend next time that you have a session together. It's like Mountain Dew fried chicken is apparently what people want according to 19% of the poll.
Context, he's playing Colonel Sanders in his youth trying to perfect the recipe of fried chicken in our campaign.
Now you can have him add Mountain Dew and 19% of people will love it. Coming in at 27% is the Mountain Dew condoms, which means that at 39% at first place is Cure for Redacted.
Everyone
Redacted always wins.
Everyone is sick and tired of Redacted.
Yes, we have a few.
Darth Necrosis says, "Is it bad that people are staying inside for months because of this?" But to me, staying inside for months is normal.
Well, if you work at home, yes,
it is affecting me actually a lot more than I thought it would. Because I pretty much don't go places. I tend to stay home, watch movies, play video games. That's my life. But I do go out and get some Taco Bell. I do go down this way, go down that way. I run errands, and I haven't been able to do that for a while. And I actually like trying to bring us to a more serious note here. Not trying to exaggerate this at all. Actually, it's not bad today, but a week ago to about 2 days ago, I just fell into a depression. It was just really bad.
Same. I had to do phone conversations with my therapist, and my therapist and I were talking about it, and he goes, you don't really leave the house even in normal situations, but I guess because you don't have the option to leave, it's making your depression worse.
See, I don't know exactly what I just know that's just what was going on, and I'm like, dear God, I hope I feel better soon, because...
Yeah. Anyway, some of the comments from Twitter responding about this. So we have a tweet from iDestinova who says Mountain Dew chicken made the same as beer can chicken. So instead of popping open a beer, put Mountain Dew in and let the steam.
I don't like beer can chicken. I like beer. I like chicken. The one time I had beer can chicken, maybe I could try making it different than my mother did way back when, but it just kind of tasted like rancid meat.
Ugh.
It's like, I like fruit, I like cake. Fruitcake
but
is
you
evil.
don't like... Yeah. All right, and finally from...
I'm making beer right now.
You are?
I know, I've been seeing it on your Instagram. It looks actually pretty cool.
Brewing a little beer. It might not come out quite so right. There were a couple of problems I had, and I tried to fix that, and that might have made it worse. Who knows? I'll know in 2 days. It'll be the taste test to see whether or not it's ready to bottle.
Yeah,
What are you gonna name it?
Well, it's just a Mr. Beer. interestingly enough, like it's a Cooper's like. The home brewing market is an odd thing to stumble across. So if you don't even know it's really a thing that is not only a general option, but this damn easy and just ready for, it's like, there are ways to make beer. You can get the hops and the barley and make the mash yourself and do all the stuff, make your own wort. Or you can get canned stuff that is pretty much the difference between, say you want to make some cookies. You can either buy some chocolate chips, get some flour, get some baking powder and this and that and put it all together, or you can buy Toll House dough. So I pretty much have the Toll House dough of beer fermenting.
I, on the other hand, have been doing the sourdough, my sourdough starter, which I've made sourdough 3 times now, and my starter still feed it.
When it comes to me making cookies, when it comes to me baking cookies, I only ever make them from scratch. I do not get the Toll House dough. So I'm not sure how this is going to come out, but I'm pretty sure it'll technically be beer.
I actually made some muffins this morning. I made some cinnamon sugar donut muffins. I actually found a recipe of it online. It was delicious.
My stepdad has been noticing I'm cooking more, and he's like, "Where do you get all these recipes?" Internet.
Doug E. Fresh says, wash your hands. Very important. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Creepy.
Oh, at least he's not getting on to me now.
I've been touching my face all stream.
Anyway, we actually, Kat, this actually will be interesting because you were the one who came up with the idea. My friend Jim actually asked us on Twitter, would the Mountain Dew condoms taste like the soda? Or wait, that's a really weird question. So yeah, response.
Well, okay, so I was joking saying it's a radioactive Mountain Dew green with a slight glow to it.
Mm-hmm.
It can be flavored. There could be a side variant that is flavored. You know, are flavored condoms a thing?
Yes.
Yes.
I heard that from sources.
Various
sources. Both Wine on Twitch says, what the?
Long story.
Don't ask. Mountain Dew is not a lubricant for your car.
You know what? Let's stop giving Mountain Dew ideas of things. Otherwise, they'll actually use it. And then 6 months from now, they'll actually use it, and they'll be like, and then we'll be like, just damn it. No, that was a joke.
People will start coming to Live and Wire to see what other horrible things we'll come up with, and then waiting for it to become product.
And we get zero money.
Epic Jason X9000 says, Mountain Dew plutonium. And they are breaking into the energy drink markets a little more aggressively.
Actually, Mountain Dew plutonium does sound like an energy drink.
Purchase Monster recently?
I don't know. I don't drink energy drinks.
I don't drink energy drinks either.
I had to promise my child babe that I'd stop drinking so goddamn many energy drinks.
Did you have a heart fluctuation really badly when you drank 2 at one after the other?
She just told me that my ears aren't supposed to sweat like that.
What?
What? I'm sorry. Breaking news: Decker's ears sweat.
Okay, $5 from 1237844 games. Of all the people to know that there's flavor condoms in Decker, what the hell is your search history?
Ask me what's in my searchery.
I just have to do a lot of research for a lot of weird movies. Excuse me. Sometimes it's relevant to the plot. I have to figure out exactly what the facts are before I can make a proper critique. Thank you.
Decker, I've seen every single video you've ever produced. I don't remember any of them, including flavored.
Something copyright bot.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. Let's move on. Oh my god. Okay. let's go over to some video game news, so specifically Capcom. So Resident Evil 3 Remake has done very well, especially when it comes to sales. And Capcom actually released a poll and a survey on their official Japanese website.
Yeah, I dug into that. I took the survey to try and see exactly what it was. I feel like the article kind of embellished a little as to exactly how forced that particular aspect was.
I mean, yeah, it's to be expected. I mean, Polygon can be a mixed bag at times, as well as Kotaku.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, I mean, you take what you can get. Anyway, but yeah, let me just pull up the article right here and tell you what the survey was that Capcom had showcased. So, because that Resident Evil 3 remake did very well, they're asking the Japanese players, do they want to see more...
the Asian market, the South Asian Pacific.
Yeah, the South Asian Pacific market, yeah.
How specific?
Well, the first thing it asks is, hey, do you live in Thailand or the Philippines? These areas around here, and I was taking the survey to actually see how far it went, and I was like, I'm in other?
Yeah.
No, it's
I
just
live
like,
in America.
It's just like so weird that they ask for such a specific little area. That's what,
I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, their question was, do you want to see more Resident Evil remakes, or do you want to see a proper sequel, like Resident Evil 8?
The thing is, that's not actually how it was worded in the survey. They didn't say an either or. It was,
I know.
How interested are you in another remake, and how interested are you in a sequel?
A sequel. And speaking of a possible Resident Evil 8, we'll get to that in just a moment. So, whose turn is it to read? Is it Creepy?
I think it might be my turn again.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Mere days after the launch of the Resident Evil 3 remake, Capcom is surveying fans about the possibility of more Resident Evil remakes. While the survey doesn't offer many hints about
Survivor.
You want them to remake Survivor?
Hell yes. More people must suffer through what I did.
How about Raccoon City? Let them suffer even more.
Oh, yeah. Operation Raccoon City. Obviously the best game.
Obviously.
Thank you, by the way.
Okay. I think that was actually on their list of games in the Resident Evil franchise that you have played or owned, but they didn't list Survivor on that survey.
I think they want you to forget about Survivor.
I will never
Survivor
forget.
never happened.
It's me.
Survivor never
I'm Vincent.
The options aren't limited to just remakes. Of note in the survey, which is targeted at Asian markets, they're marketing this to Asian food courts, are two questions. If a new remake title of Resident Evil is released, would you like to purchase it? If a sequel of Resident Evil series is released, would you like to purchase it? Basically, buy our shit is what they're asking.
I liked taking the survey because they had the 5 angles you could go with I would buy a new console to play that, down to actually I stopped playing games. Like, right. I'm not playing anything anymore. I don't know.
I sit on rocks now.
While the survey does not specify which past Resident Evil game Capcom is considering for remakes, the pre-written responses to the above questions imply that Capcom is curious about whether future Resident Evil releases should be released for next-gen consoles or for current and next-gen consoles. The obvious candidates for more Resident Evil remakes are Resident Evil Code Veronica, the narrative follow-up to Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3, and the series' redefining sequel Resident Evil 4. The recently released Resident Evil 3 remake, like the original, ends on Jill Valentine's vow to take down the Umbrella Corporation after the destruction of Raccoon City, a storyline that continues in The Umbrella Chronicles and Resident Evil Revelations. Capcom has already re-released Resident Evil 4 on modern platforms with improved resolution and frame rate, making a remake of that game seems less likely and less necessary. But Code Veronica is now a 20-year-old game and could greatly benefit from the big-budget reimagining of 2019's Resident Evil 2 and 2020's Resident Evil 3. I actually remember when the original Resident Evil games came out and the shitstorm that started happening afterwards. Now you look back at them.
Xenomorph.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Xenomorph.
Yeah. You look back at it now and they're like, hey, Resident Evil.
Yes, shiny, yes, shiny, yes. Nice. Anyway, so yeah, let's take a look at the survey really quick and I'll show you what it is in context. So, yeah, this is the survey. Select language. and
Oh,
I'm
there's
gonna
a
select
language
English.
select. I thought Decker was actually having to use Google Translate and figure it out. I will be legitimately.
Yeah.
I just clicked through.
Everyone
guess.
who cooperates in this survey will be awarded with the original digital wallpaper. So thank you. All right. So
Thanks.
essentially we have Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia, Philippines, and others. And you just put in USA, I guess. So
Let's put in Canada. Let's make them really excited.
okay, we're not doing that.
Fine.
Yeah, so essentially, like you put in your age and your occupation, you put in all that stuff. Main source of that's used to get the information of the game and all that stuff, and then they tell you about like, would you be interested in a Resident Evil remake? And then you just put down either yes or no. So while we're on the subject of rumors started coming out for a Resident Evil 8, and it's again, take it with a massive grain of salt. We don't even know if it's actually true or not, but
I was looking at that and I was like, wow, there's nothing here to confirm anything.
Exactly,
no
like nothing.
I wonder, is it going to be first person like Resident Evil 7, or are they going to go back to third person like the old games?
Well, let's take a look and find out.
I mean, I don't mind the first person, but Resident Evil always was equated with third person.
All right, so here we go. It is Decker's turn to read this one.
Who is that very generic look? I was going to say, who's that very generic white guy on the?
I haven't played Resident Evil 7, so I don't know. Anyway, so go ahead.
I hated all the characters in Resident Evil 7 so much. They were so boring.
Weren't you supposed to hate the villains?
No, I hated everyone. But in the past few months, we had a lot of random information cross our desks, possibly pertaining to Resident Evil 8. This stuff reaches from the ridiculous to the highly plausible. Hi there, I have a bit more information for you guys regarding the upcoming title of Resident Evil 2021.
Look at this. Like, take a look at his, name
it's
right
me
there.
again, KP96 at +5VXXER7X620.
Usually when I see a combination of letters and numbers like that in a username, is usually a troll.
Hi, it's me again.
Look at this name. Like, oh my god.
How did you make it? Did you just smash your head on the keyboard and roll around?
Okay.
I think that might be possible. Or maybe they tripped over their cat and just their hand came down on the keyboard and then they pressed enter.
Wait, I got
Isn't that how you turn into a freakazoid?
Walk on the keyboard. Sprinkles, walk on the keyboard to get my new name.
I'm pretty sure that's how Freakazoid became a Freakazoid, was his cat walking across the keyboard. Then he hit delete and blasted to cyberspace, turned into Freakazoid.
Decker, I thought you said that you didn't watch television.
Freakazoid isn't television. Freakazoid is art.
It is art. It's a way of life. What you don't know is that Decker's been secretly painting himself blue and freaking out.
So, this is the highly plausible category we're on right now?
Yeah. So
the title. It seems likely that 8 will have a subtitle. This time, Village, because that kind of goes with the same thing they were doing with the VIL in Evil 4-7. So, Village, yeah.
It sounds like some weird Facebook game where you have to take care of a village to keep them alive.
That actually I wouldn't mind playing.
Or a
little Animal Crossing style strategy game to protect a village from zombies. I can get behind this.
There used to be a Facebook game
that is
like
a working
that.
title. Given the formatting for 7, it'll likely be this way. So as the highlight of the 8 for Roman numeral 8. So the clever. Okay, never mind.
Okay, so yeah, this is one that I'm just okay, I think we're going a little too far, so continue.
The nature and origin of this witch remains to be seen, but what the leaks can tell us is that the witch will be similar to Marguerite. She operates with insects. When defeated, she even dissipates into them, and is reported in our original leak article. She is known to haunt the player in the demo, and has a distinctive laugh. Okay.
I was about to say, isn't that PT? Didn't PT?
Yeah, that does sound like PT.
The divisive appearance of the one Chris Redfield in the finale and DLC of 7 sets a rough precedent for recurring characters in the new engine. Thankfully, the remakes have since fixed that worry, but Chris has yet to appear since. According to the leak, Chris will be playing an integral part in 8. He appears in flashbacks surrounding Ethan, Mia, and apparently their baby. Dear God, they're back. I don't like this game already.
They had a baby?
Why?
I'm sorry. My question is, you're in a zombie-esque apocalypse. When do you have time to make baby?
What this baby has to do with the narrative is as of yet unclear. They're probably a plot device. That being
They
said,
probably have the cure.
Chris doesn't seem to be looking very heroic this time around. It appears that in a flashback sequence, Chris can be seen shooting one of them while breaking into their home, which will in a later series of events be revealed to actually be something completely unrelated and innocent, and he's actually heroic. But never mind! This isn't a trope we've seen a million times before. It's incredibly original! So has Chris gone deep cover, or has all these years staring into the abyss finally caught up with him? Remember how in that Halo commercial it looked like Master Chief would be evil?
Yeah.
No.
So, nothing really interesting in terms of stuff, but yeah, this one right here, the one that I'm circling with my mouse, take it with a grain of salt.
Remember, we report things as they come to us. We can never verify our info. I don't know why the hell we're even talking, but
I would actually, Epic Jason X9000. I do like the idea of making Barry the main lead. I like this one line. I like his little one-liners.
The only time in which Barry became like a major character was in the Game Boy game Resident Evil Gaiden.
And no one remembers that.
No.
And what is it? Rebecca Chambers was only playable in Resident Evil 0.
Yes.
Yes. Which was not as bad as everyone likes to say it is.
It's actually interesting because if the survey is actual and the Resident Evil rumors is not. So if you do, if the decision about like if they want to see more remakes or if they want to see a full-fledged sequel, let's just say they decided to choose remakes. If you want to see a Resident Evil game be remade, what would you like to see?
Survivor.
You time out.
Corner.
Okay, Kat, what would you like to see?
I'd love to see Code Veronica again because I actually liked Code Veronica, but like, or Zero because like Zero was like it was the first starting of the whole co-AI, working with an AI kind of deal, and I think with our technology now, it'd be a lot more interesting, especially with what they did with BioShock Infinite, and that was how many years ago? So it's like,
yeah.
So I just Decker.
Yeah, Decker's fine now. All right, so
He looks like a sad puppy.
What about you, Creepy? What do you got?
Well, I've got stuff, lots and lots of stuff.
Okay,
we're talking
Evil game.
Yeah.
Which Resident Evil game would you like to see come back remade?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't really like Resident Evil 2 because I felt like it was mostly just grayscale. Like, I had a hard time figuring out what was happening on screen because it was like, am I fighting a zombie or just looking at the wall?
But the wall is so nice.
But I will say, no, it wasn't. It was not a very nice wall. I'm still not sure if it was
Cat's
a wall.
corner.
Yeah. I will say that Resident Evil 3, the remake, is a much improved one. I guess I'm kind of hard on the remake of Resident Evil 2 because I really love Resident Evil 2. It's my favorite of the Resident Evil franchise.
Yeah.
You boot it up and you're like, why isn't Leon a redhead? 0 out of 10!
Mothra wants to know if Kat can come back into frame now.
Come on. Yeah, she can.
But if I had to pick like one that I think should be remade, just to torment Decker, it's going to be Survivor.
Damn it, 'cause then I'm going to have to play the damn thing, isn't it?
Yep. I still intend for Decker to play Daikatana one day on his gaming channel.
Oh no!
Wait. Which version?
The one from Steam. The one that will actually boot up.
Yeah, that's kind of important when it comes to playing.
Well, I was going to say, because the computer version of
I
that,
played
don't
Ride
know.
to Hell Retribution start to finish. And people were telling me I should play the DLC. I'm like, it's not available anywhere. You can't get it. I was lucky just to get the game.
Also, I apologize for earlier. It's like everybody's voices were kind of coming through at the same time, and I was having trouble making everybody out. So I was actually like not sure where we were in the conversation anymore. So I kind of have to apologize.
Oh, I was actually wrong. Scott Yoshihara mentioned that Barry was the main character in Revelations 2. That's right.
Oh.
The ones for
I
the
played Revelations 2.
Yeah, the I think they're the 3DS ones, right? The Resident Evil games.
Revelations 1 was 3DS. I'm not sure about 2 though. 2 might have been 360 PS3.
Okay. Rephrasal. I want Barry to star in a main series, not spin-off Resident Evil game.
All right. I mean, that's okay. So, me, I would like, you know what? I would like to see, Code Veronica get a proper remake because
I'm just thinking about playing as Barry and just finding a gun and being like, wow, this looks really powerful, especially against living things.
I just imagine him going, looks like I saved you from being a Jill sandwich.
Oh no, we're not. You know what? That article that I posted up. Apparently, Capcom Cafe is selling Jill sandwiches as a special offer.
Is it pork?
I actually don't know. I need to find the article again.
Just roll us right back to Cannibal Holocaust.
See, it's all connected. No, but like I remember there was a cosplay group who all cosplayed as like characters from the first Resident Evil and Jill and everything. And the guy who cosplayed as Barry would constantly do Barry lines. And they're like, I was like, how do you remember them all? He's like, I spent the last 2 days playing He goes, I spent the last 2 days playing the original Resident Evil.
It would be best if you, the master of unlocking.
Yeah. I mean, if you remember that Code Veronica was evil. This whole cool. Yeah.
Did anyone else get that?
Nope.
No,
Did I get a stroke off?
Yes, you did. Anyway, so here it is at Capcom. At the Capcom Cafe, you get to order a Jill sandwich, and this is what the sandwich is, and it actually looks really good.
Oh, that does look good.
Yeah. Man, Japan gets a bunch of cool stuff. And look at this. It's like, you have this Nemesis-looking curry thing with, like, pancetta, and you have the rice with the salad, and you get, like...
Is that some umbrella beer?
Yeah, umbrella beer with a banana peel on top.
All we have is redacted beer.
No, I remember there was a Pokemon restaurant that had the cute little Pikachu bun. It was like Pikachu's butt, and it was a bun, and it had the little toothpick with the little electric thing. It was cute. And there was a Kirby restaurant that if you went to the Kirby Cafe alone, they would actually put a what was the
Waddle Dee.
Waddle Dee. They would put They put a Waddle Dee plushie in the other chair so you wouldn't be alone.
I love that. Yeah.
Can more cafes do that? Can I have a plushie?
Yeah, but those cafes like that are hugely popular in Japan. Like if they were to have something like that around here, they'll just think of us as a bunch of nerds.
We help the economy. I mean, if there is a nerdy cafe, we're boosting the economy in the local area because we're nerds and we go to things that are nerdy. Why do you think towns that have freaking conventions are doing so well economically? I'm breaking down into economic nerddom again, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'll stop.
And sorry for everybody. You're probably like looking at this. It's like I'm really hungry. Apologies. And Jesse's saying itchy tasty. That is the most appropriate time to say that. Yes.
Itchy tasty. Itchy tasty.
For itchy tasty.
All right.
We're gonna all start sounding like that after the end of the redacted quarantine. We're just gonna sound like that.
Itchy.
Itchy tasty.
Tasty.
Oh boy.
That will
all right. Well,
new
but
language.
there's also one. Well, I don't think we've mentioned the current discount on Stadia. That's
yes.
in the title card.
Right.
Oh, that's right. It is. So, for anybody for those who remember, I don't blame you if you don't, has a streaming console called the Google Stadia, and you could download games and play them
Well,
if you
stream
don't
games.
own any.
You don't,
stream
you don't
games.
download
That
the
is,
game.
if you don't.
You just start playing the game and end up using a hell of a lot more internet than you would if you had just downloaded it. But
Yeah, sure. Anyway, but according to the website that I'm going to be pulling up right now, it is on IGN. Google Stadia free starting today. Pro subscription free for 2 months. All you need is a Gmail account. So, yeah, that console that you were like, now you can try it out for free.
And give a true
Give a true
it was always supposed to go free for the launch for the basic service, but you would have to buy all the games anyway. So it's like
right.
You buy the game and you can play it on Stadia's basic service, but their pro service is a subscription model, but you still also had to buy the games. And it's very... I like Game Pass a lot. Let's just say that.
I just learned that GameFly is still a thing.
Really?
Yeah, I was watching some modern TV stuff and like GameFly commercials popped up and I'm like, GameFly's still a thing?
Apparently.
Like I got Xbox Game Pass Pro Ultimate, whatever it is. It's $15 a month, PC and Xbox. Just download and play games, and there's a ton of games, like hundreds of games available. It's included in that, and it's also got Xbox Live included, rolled into that price. It's pretty nice. So you get your games with gold as well, and it's a lot of
anyway.
Nice
so whose turn is it? I think it's my turn.
Stadia, on the other hand, is like, you got your subscription, but you also got to buy the games. But now they do have some free games with Pro, which is better.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's sure.
Right there.
Chris Buffcake? You mean Chris Beefcake? Orc at War 98.
All right, so here we go. Google has announced that starting today and rolling over the next 48 hours as of April 8th, Stadia is now free to use in all 14 countries where the game's streaming service is supported, so long as users have a Gmail account. New users can sign up at Stadia's website with their Gmail account with access at the free tier, allowing players to purchase games and stream with up to 1080p 60 FPS with stereo surround sound. Players who sign up today during this new free rollout, however, will receive 2 free months to Stadia's Pro subscription tier level with the option to either continue at $9.99 a month subscription or to opt out afterwards. And anyone who already subscribed to Stadia Pro will simply not be charged for the next 2 months of the service. The Pro subscription tier allows players to claim free games for their Stadia library on a regular basis, which they will have access to so long as the subscription is held, similar to a PlayStation Plus subscription. The current free games on Stadia Pro users can claim is the following: Destiny 2, The Collection, Grid, Guilt, Steam World Dig 2, Steam World Quest Hand of Gilgamesh, Serious Sam Collection, Spitlings, Stacks on Stacks on Stacks, and Thumper. Normally, Stadia Pro will allow users to play games up to 4K 60 FPS HDR format, but Google announced today that in light of the redacted and increased strain on internet usage, Google is developing the default screen resolution for all players to be 1080p, though this change is not yet live. To reduce load on the internet further, we are working towards a temporary feature that will change the default screen resolution from 4K to 1080p. VP and GM of Stadia, Phil Harrison, said in a statement alongside with the announcement. With increased demand due to more people at home during this time, we're taking a responsible approach to internet traffic. The vast majority of people on a desktop or laptop won't notice a significant drop in gameplay quality, but you can choose your data usage in the Stadia app.
Does that app actually work on phones other than Google Pixel yet?
Well, Buck says no. Yeah, I was about to say, Destiny 2 is already free, filled with microtransactions like Darth Necrosis said, but... So...
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Let's see.
Like I say, free is free, and if you want to try it out, now's the time.
But how do we know they're not going to try to sneak it in to make us try to pay on, you do the free trial?
You're going to have to work really hard on the cancel subscription button and be ready to tell them that you have a lawyer if they refuse.
Oh!
All right then. Google Stadia has an app available. Android and iOS devices.
Android and iOS devices.
Ignore the Windows phone.
While Stadia games can be played on a variety of laptops, desktops, through Chrome, tablets, Google Pixel phones, and some Android phones. Google has a full list of compatible mice, keyboards, and controllers to use with Stadia games. There are currently 38 games available to purchase through Stadia to play on Google's streaming service, with more than 120 games expected to come to Stadia in 2020. The Stadia Premier Edition, which comes with a Stadia controller and 3 months of Stadia Pro, is available for $129 in the US, Canada, UK, and EU. Stadia is available in the US, Canada, UK, Ireland, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, and Finland, with more territories to be added this year. Since Stadia's launch... yes, Finland.
Suomi!
Since Stadia's launch late last year, we learned that former God of War executive producer Shannon Studstill is heading up a new Stadia dev team. Journey to the Savage Plant developers Tycoon Studios have joined Google as a Stadia first-party team, and Gears Tactics co-developer Splash Damage is making a Stadia exclusive. So yeah, for anybody who was genuinely curious about the Stadia, give it a shot if you want to.
I'm pretty sure out where I'm at, it doesn't quite matter that I've got several hundred megabits per second internet. I'm probably gonna get some pretty bad lag.
Same here.
I get some pretty bad lag sometimes on my Xbox game streaming, which is also included in the Game Pass Ultimate. But you have to. You have to apply for that. It's a preview. It's not technically released yet, but.
Yeah, I have terrible live streaming whenever lag whenever I try to do any live streaming. In fact, so much so that my viewers who look at my stuff and whenever that there's no sound or that the picture has gone completely black.
Two guys who watch movies commented, "Problem is, a free kick in the balls is still just a kick in the balls."
There is that. Hang on a second.
You do have a point.
Sorry, my eyes started to water.
Dr. Zippy Miss Scoot says, add a few more squares to this screen and we can do a Brady Bunch theme show.
I've done that joke in my head ever since I joined this group. But wait.
John Washburn says we need a show with Chibi Thulu and Teddy Ruxpin. That'll help fill out the space that's bothering me because I didn't get everything set up first because I didn't realize
we need 9 people to do it. Do we need 9 people? Yeah, we need 9 people for the Brady Bunch. I almost forgot Alice.
How dare you forget Alice? Alice is clearly the best character in the show.
How dare I? Oh, do you want to include Cousin Oliver? We can include Cousin Oliver.
Wouldn't they logically have many grandmothers?
Why? What did Mrs. Brady do? They could afford a freaking maid. What was it that Mrs. Brady did during the day then?
I don't know. Chicken made a joke about this where, what do you think what do you assume I do like housework? I mean, we have a maid and it was like this whole Mr. and Mrs. Smith deal. I can't remember that movie.
Oh, God.
I've always wondered. I mean, I know Mr. Brady was an architect.
Yeah.
But architects didn't make that much money even in the 70s.
I don't know.
Maybe Alice is like a weird thing that's part of the house. You bought this house, you have to have the Alice. So when the Brady Bunch move out and new people come in, this forever eternal entity of Alice is the maid. Nothing sinister. Nothing sinister. I know it sounds sinister, but it's like...
I mean, I know in one of the Brady Bunch reunion movies that Alice eventually married, the butcher or something?
Sam.
I've watched a lot of house movies, so.
Yeah, so essentially I know that that's where, you know, she ended up as soon as like the you know, the kids grew up and they moved out and they got, you know, families of their own. So yeah, it's like it actually makes you wonder about like what happened before then.
Okay, we're getting to
I also remember the very Brady movies.
Before that. So should we I found a little bit of YouTube news.
One more thing I just want to say, like, I remember a VH1 special where they were talking about like just how incredibly hokey and cheesy that the Brady Bunch movies were. And then they have that scene in which when Marcia was going over to her husband Wally, where he was just trying to change, you know, to be better or something, like getting a new job. And then she just approaches him and says like, don't change, be Wally. And everybody was just like trying to like hug and reunite and all that stuff. And I think that the Brady Bunch movie that came out in the 90s pretty much cemented about just how incredibly
out of touch.
Saccharine. Yes, out of touch would definitely be a better term for it. Yes.
I mean, what was it? Oh yeah, there was recently actually a on HGTV. They actually built built the Brady Bunch house for a family to live in. And as soon as I heard that announcement, I'm like, did they include toilets? Tell me they included toilets. Please tell me they can go to the bathroom.
That's everything lined up. Oh god, that's gonna be a while.
Because it's like, we all remember, there's no toilet in Brady Bunch. I'm hoping to God they put a toilet in.
Sure.
Although my mom goes, yes, but now that they also included the toilet, there will be no AstroTurf. No!
Actually, yes, please. No AstroTurf. I don't want to be mowing the carpet.
Yes.
Decker.exe has broken. Please reboot.
I kind of realized how I could turn the jar on, and I turned the jar on, and now everything that has been donated and tipped and subscribed all throughout the stream is just all coming at once, and I am scared.
Think of Alice forever living in that house and as an immortal being that cleans and cooks for the family.
That's pretty shitty. That's a pretty shitty thing to have to do.
I know, right?
That's a lot of gravestones coming. That's a lot of.
Well, maybe she's like some reincarnation or human form of the god of hospitality or something. You know.
Sure.
Listen, I'm trying to not make it grimdark.
Maybe she's not like tied to the house. Maybe it's more she travels from house to house like Mary Poppins. Like
I was about to say that's called.
That's yes. Like idols of the goddess of hospitality in homes, and then if you're in need of a maid, then she will descend and appear as Alice and cook and clean for you for a given time.
Oh man, it's just essentially going to be a stockier version of Nanny McPhee, apparently. We have finally reached the low point. I think we should move on to the YouTube.
And the only time she can be free is to find a butcher and fall in love and marry.
I found a little article. I was just trying to look for something because there's nothing really that's going on with the.
Yeah.
No big YouTube controversy lately. Thank God.
Yes.
Yeah.
But somehow I managed to find an article that's trying to make one.
Oh.
Is there an article trying to make drama?
I'm just going to read what I have prepared. I dug into it a little bit, and I actually found out some pretty interesting things. You're going to want to hear. There's this article that was posted on scipost.org saying that the most YouTube videos on Redacted spread fear rather than useful prevention information. And according to the article, the top 100 viewed videos on YouTube in January, based on the keyword redacted, were heavily slanted towards fear and numbers dead and infected, and only a small percentage even talked about prevention methods. The article,
how many of those videos were Philip DeFranco based?
Far as I could find from my own research, 0. But the article didn't actually list the videos for cross-reference as to exactly what they were. I did a personal test where I went on YouTube, searched for Redacted, give me the most recent ones based on view counts, and I was getting MSNBC, CNN, Fox, it's fucking Saturday Night Live, Late Show with John Oliver. I got no YouTubers. So then I actually did find what research they were referring to for this article, and I checked that. And in that article, they meant that in the research paper, they mentioned that they only checked 100 videos, the 100 most viewed. And in that, they also said that 85 of those videos were from TV news.
Oh, no.
And I'm pretty sure the last 15 videos were probably fucking Saturday Night Live and Late Show and shit like that. So I'm like, okay, let me get this straight. Let me get this straight here. You're policing the words of the fucking mainstream news organizations that happen to have YouTube channels. And you're trying to word this in a way to say that YouTubers are out there being insidious and spreading fear. Sorry, if we dare say the word, we get our asses demonetized and shoved down in the search rankings. It's not possible to be the top 100 viewed videos on this if you even say the damn thing.
So, Puddock said, so this research shows more of how mainstream media still has a chokehold on YouTube.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I was going to say that, or YouTubers are in such a deep fear of saying redacted.
I mean, it's like, I'm just, like, we don't say it, I don't fucking put it in the tags. We're talking about it constantly in this stream because it's what's happening in the goddamn world, and we're trying to talk about things like movies and TV shows, video games, general entertainment, and it is involved in all of that. It's everywhere right now, and we can't say it because YouTube hates that, because we saw what happened to Jacksepticeye for daring to raise over $500,000 to help fight it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous to me. Like, why try and do that? Because it's doing is, like, if someone wants to go out and spread fear and such, and they're not a mainstream source, they could still do that. If they are a mainstream source, they have no problems at all. Evidently, according to this research, they are doing exactly what YouTube's trying to prevent by giving them the only green light to actually say it.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just frustrating. It's stupid. It's YouTube news. So,
Can we have something happy?
yes, we can.
Well, I mean, yes. Let's please do so.
David Lynch has some happy things to
yes.
say about the Redacted and how it's affecting the world.
Exactly. That actually was shocking because this is David Lynch we're talking about. Twin Peaks David Lynch.
Okay.
This is the kind of guy who's, done some pretty weird stuff. I mean, if you remember those those PlayStation 2 commercials with like the crying baby doll and all that kind of stuff. That was essentially
3 with a crying baby doll.
Oh, that's right.
The PlayStation 2
3
commercial had the thing the orb you broke open and you sniffed the PlayStation powder and then you were like in this freaky land with like fire horses and that was the PlayStation 9. It starts here with PlayStation 2.
Yes, now I remember.
Now, so how long until we get the PlayStation 9 where I could just huff video games?
I want to huff the video game. I'm doing PlayStation.
God. I mean, Eagle Raptor even made a joke about that with the Halo Reach game when that came out.
Awesome Reach. They're
Yes,
just going
Reach.
so crazy on it, and they take the disc out and they pound it into a powder and they snort Halo Reach.
Yes. And they're like, dude, are you ready for Halo Reach? It's like, ready doesn't even fucking subscribe it. And then they're like going crazy. And then you have like their bombs.
Yeah, Patricia. It's kind of odd hearing you be like, and then that happens. Like, I didn't expect that from you.
I didn't either. Patricia, you're supposed to be the sanity.
Well, I mean, like,
Creepy,
you know what? I'm taking.
You take over. You describe how they were so excited to be playing Halo Reach that their units just became so engorged, and then they started playing Halo Reach with them.
I don't think even Creepy knows about what we're talking about.
This is the weirdest sounding porn I've ever heard of.
Yeah, that's just the audio track. That's the audio track. If you just close your eyes and just listen to the sounds of this, the thing makes it's like,
Yes, indeed. Anyway, let's get back on topic. So yes, out of all the things that you could hear of us talking about when it comes to insanity, because that is the name of this episode, David Lynch, out of all people, say that don't worry, we will be having a more spiritual world.
I think David Lynch is going after
when
Patricia.
So I'm article and
David Lynch is keeping the secrets today.
My screen froze. My screen
Did you look into the coffee? Did you look into the coffee? Did the coffee tell you something?
I don't drink coffee. All right, here we go. IndieWire. So, whose turn is it to read?
Who read last time?
I think I read last time. Yeah, I just read out the bit of YouTube news.
Okay, is it mine or is it Cat?
It's Patricia, I think. No, wait.
We gotta keep just like a little thing besides just to keep turning the dial. There we go.
I had a mental spinny thing in my brain, and then the spinny thing broke.
Should we just do eeny, meeny, miny, mo?
Well, then it's just going to be whoever you end up on fourth if you keep looping it around.
I'll read.
Sure. That's fine. All right. Thank you.
I was going to say I can get a D4 and we can roll it.
David Lynch is choosing to remain hopeful in these dark times. The Mulholland Drive and Twin Peaks director is quarantining at his home in Los Angeles and told Vice in a new interview he's spending a lot of time working on projects in his woodshop and, not surprisingly, drinking coffee. My routine is pretty much the same now as it was before. Excuse me, where'd that come from? Lynch said, I get up and I get coffee. After that, I meditate and then I go to work. Work for Lynch right now does not relate to film or television projects. The director said he is in the middle of building two wall sconces? Two little lamps. It involves light bulbs, electricity, polyester resin plastic, and those kind of things. Electricity is a prevalent motif in Lynch's films, and he's seen its value more than ever in keeping people connected across the world during their quarantines.
Yes.
Quarantini sounds like a drink that's going to be served after the quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
They hand it to you, and then everyone moves 6 feet away.
I was going to do a joke saying quarantini is basically all the booze you have left in the house, and it's like very little bits, and you just combine it into one drink.
Directed by Quentin. Damn, I had something here. Hold on.
What is that shirtless guy doing in that ad?
Thank you. For some reason, we were going down the wrong path, and Mother Nature just said, enough already, we've got to stop everything, Lynch said about the coronavirus outbreak. This is going to...
you said it!
I redacted outbreak. This is going to last long enough to lead to some kind of new way of thinking. Lynch said he is hopeful people around the world will emerge from their quarantines more spiritual and much kinder. The director continued, it's going to be a different world on the other side, and it's going to be a much more intelligent world.
That yellow dollar sign.
Did we get it?
Request review. I have double checked though. Yes, request review. Go, you son of a...
I bet it's because
if you don't see this video by tomorrow, we're sorry.
Can I? Yeah.
I just like to point out when I asked what's that shirtless guy doing, Lone Dragon goes distracting creepy.
There's the live one we got right now, and there's the yellow dollar sign. You got.
I'm surprised that we didn't get it sooner after the Mountain Dew condom joke.
I apologize. I'm pretty sure everyone thinks that it was because I said redacted, so I apologize.
All right. So, are you done with this paragraph?
I'm done. Yeah.
Okay. So, scrolling down. Sorry, naked guy.
When asked for advice on what people can do in the meantime as they wait to return to the outside world, Lynch responded, they can draw, they can paint, they can build small things, they can write lyrics, they can write poems, they can write stories that can later be filmed, they can play games, they can invent games. So many things can happen in a small space.
Shit, I gotta keep working on that game.
Yep, they can invent new recipes and cooking things. It's an opportunity for a bunch of different experiments.
Like
All right.
the Quarantini.
Yes.
But they're not. I mean, he's not wrong.
No, he's not.
I'm
No,
wondering
you just
how
didn't
on the
expect it
internet.
from David Lynch of all people.
Yeah.
I wonder how many recipe sites run by mothers or whatever are like, here is a new recipe called the Quarantini, and there's like 50 variants. Which Quarantini did you make? Oh, I made the one from Susan. Oh, the one from Karen is a whole lot better. It has a lot more alcohol in it.
I like the one video that went a little viral on Facebook of the one dad who observed a person buying a bunch of Costco toilet paper, and they sat down and they did the math for like a family of 4. How for a 2-week quarantine, how many times a day they would need to shit to use that much toilet paper.
I remember that video. It was on TikTok, and it's like some teen's dad who's apparently like a mathematician or something like that, and was so mad at people mass buying. He's like, if you're shitting this much, there's something a lot deeper wrong with you.
Was there something along the lines of the amount they purchased? It's like they'd have to buy, each and every person in that household would have to crap at least like 180 times a day.
Yeah. The only problem is you have to put into the factor, how big is the boom boom? Think about it.
He was assuming 20 sheets per wiping session, so if it's a massive one, you probably would need more than that.
I'm like,
Also, if you have a woman who happens to be on her menstruation cycle, you're going to also need to add a couple of sheets.
that's true.
Listen, these are factors. People with vaginas menstruate, audience. Accept it.
I have a bidet.
Oh, look at you, fancy
A
pants.
little investment up front, I never have to wipe my ass again.
Good for you.
I have a friend who's trying to install a bidet into her house, and apparently the apartment, the way that they piped it was a way so you couldn't install a bidet into the house, into the apartment.
That is crazy. It was so easy to install that one. It's a BioBidet BB2000. It's a nice bidet. It's got high pressure water. It's got high pressure water in a butt cleaning function, a feminine cleaning function, and an enema function.
Does it
shoots
talk
right
to
up
you?
your butt. If you really want that, it'll do that. It's got the controls on the side, and it's got a remote control, so you don't have to.
Okay, I want to say
two
2 things. 2 things. How big was? I believe I heard a cat say this. How big
oscillation?
was the
It's got pulse control. It's
Decker,
got automatic massage. It's got a heated seat. It's got a blow dryer. It's got an air freshener built in. My shit don't stink.
Anyway, creepy. Proceed.
How
the
big
first
was
question.
the boom? How big was the boom boom? Sounds like a '90s rap song. You know,
It does.
Instead of here comes the boom, it's here goes what? How big was the boom?
How
boom?
big was the boom
Bewitched,
boom?
yes,
It's a
that's
response.
exactly what it does with heated water, and it has a heater in the tank. It doesn't just heat a certain amount for 30 seconds. It has perpetual, unlimited warm water for its spraying.
Decker, I never thought I would find myself saying this, but stop talking about things that go up your ass. Secondly, since that yellow dollar sign came up, I think that was just the point where we all thought, you know what, we're not getting paid for this anymore.
We're going to talk about boom boom.
A Mountain Dew bidet.
No.
The bubbles work like scrubbing. It's scrubbing.
No.
No.
Don't put
Fresh.
sugary things near your hoo-ha.
Okay, so it's only for the enema function.
Don't put sugary things up your butthole either.
Motorcycle US gave us $2 saying makes plans to go to Decker's house to steal bidet.
Well, it's like right now you could pay $150 for a 24-pack of toilet paper, or $150 for a basic bidet. That one costs a bit more than that, but I think it's worth it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. Where were we? I don't even know.
Exactly,
12
Bewitched.
minutes to
That's
go.
how you get a yeast
12
infection.
Oh yeah, 12. All right, 12 minutes to go. So, is there anything that we can cover that doesn't involve? Oh wait, there is. I've been talking about this for quite a while, so some updates on the upcoming. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Two guys watched movies. Is anyone else confused? And a little turned on.
Oh. Oh my.
Oh my.
See, I'm just brewing my own beer. I'm spraying water up my butt. I'm an adult. I can do these
You're
things.
living the fantasy.
You're living the 21st century American dream. All right,
That's
so
what they were talking.
It is funny sometimes actually thinking about the fact that I was like born in the woods. I was as far away from society as you could be for quite a while. Grew up dirt poor, like in the most literal sense.
yeah.
And just seeing all that I'm at right now in my life, I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful to all of the fans out there. You have no idea just how much you have helped me.
Yeah.
And my friends.
Oh, that. Darth Necrosis says, 2 men, 2 ladies, 1 bidet. That's going to be our next episode title for Live and Wired.
Wait,
Yes.
only one.
Episode 63, 2 men, 2 women, 1 bidet.
Now, do you think we'll get in trouble if we use the word bidet?
I don't think that.
No, I don't think so. It's not redacted.
I mean, the word "that," if you use it too much, can get you demonetized as well. But
Yeah.
let's see.
Anyway, while he does that, next article. We were. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Epic Jason was going. If Japan had a Capcom cafe, then the U.S. needs to make a Duke Burger with drive-through, voiced by John St. John. Personally, I would be more of a fan of having freckle bitches myself. Thank you, Decker, for recognizing freckle bitches.
Saints Row is one of me and
Oh,
Charlie's
I'm sorry for
favorite things to run around in.
Oh, I'm sorry for interrupting Decker's speech. I guess if you want to continue, Decker.
Oh no, that was all I really had to say. I was just.
Oh, okay.
I just like sudden wave of appreciation came over me. Happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
All
Okay,
right.
bidet is not a demonetizable word.
Okay, good.
But the word "that" and "that guy," those are technically not demonetized, but they have an asterisk. So if you say them too many times, you will get demonetized.
Okay, well, good to know.
I love YouTube rules. Just makes so much fucking sense.
I think I can make more sense in Wonderland than I could with YouTube rules.
Why is a raving like a writing desk? Or
No.
how is YouTube,
Stay.
Yes, exactly.
How is YouTube like a raven on a writing desk?
There you go.
Squawking.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so let's continue on. So we've been talking about this for the past couple of months, ever since Decker finished off the Hellraiser marathon on his channel, that there is going to be an upcoming Hellraiser reboot. And we have been getting some information about it. And we got some new ones coming in from HollywoodReporter.com saying that they finally got a writer.
See, I had this.
And let's see who's going to be the one to save this up really quick.
I think my yawn just gave me my reaction about the Hellraiser reboot right there.
You should have saved that for the Google Stadia discussion.
I wasn't tired until we heard the Google Stadia discussion.
Okay. Whose turn is it?
Decker or me?
Decker, read it.
Okay. News you may find, dare we say, Pinteresting? Pinterest. Because it's like interesting, but with pins, and I'll move on. The filmmaking
You know, ever
team
since
behind
Pinterest was a thing.
The film, God damn it, Pinterest. The filmmaking team behind Sundance Film Festival sensation The Night House are reuniting to tackle Spyglass Media's reimagining of the 1980s horror classic Hellraiser. David Bruckner, who directed Night House as well as sections of horror anthologies VHS and Southbound, will helm the feature, which will have a screenplay by Ben Collins and Luke Piotrowski.
Mm-hmm.
David Goyer, one of the producers of Night House, is writing the story and producing via his Phantom 4 banner alongside Keith Levine. Hellraiser was written and directed by Clive Barker, adapting his own novella, The Hellbound Heart. The 1987 movie introduced audiences to a puzzle box that opens a gateway to a horrific world, and Cenobites, mutilated beings dedicated to torture, and led by one nicknamed Pinhead. The movie quickly achieved cult status, spawning a franchise that would encompass 10 movies, comics, and merchandise, with Pinhead and his visage at the center of it all. While details of Spyglass's take were not revealed, the company is describing the reboot as loyal, yet evolved. Spyglass launched as a partnership between Gary Buse-Barber and Lantern Entertainment co-presidents Andy Mitchell and Milos Brajovic. Also is developing a reboot of the 1990s horror franchise Scream.
We actually did talk about that, if you remember.
Right. Bruckner made his directing debut with a 2007 sci-fi horror film, The Signal, and recently directed episodes of Creepshow. Collins and Piotrowski wrote the Indies Superdark Times and Stephanie. Their Night House starred Rebecca Hall as a widow dealing with her husband's disturbing secrets. The movie caused a stir at Sundance when Searchlight closed at $12 million deal to pick up worldwide rights. Buckner is repped by WME, Grandview, and Zifrin Brittenham. Collins and Piotrowski are repped by Grandview and Nord Group.
Yes, and Iron Baron,
Piotrowski.
Okay.
Not Piotrowski, Piotrowski. I can pronounce names.
That's okay. Iron Baron was asking, can we get a new Leprechaun instead? We got one already, not too long ago, on the Sci-Fi Channel.
We don't talk about it.
I know we don't. Look up in a previous episode of Live and Wired where we talked about it, Iron Baron. I'm sure you'll have a good time.
Was I in that episode and did I go, why? No.
I think you did.
Iron Baron says, I mean with Warwick Davies.
Oh. We wish. We are very hopeful.
If they rebooted...
we got 5 minutes to the 3-hour mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, if they rebooted Hellraiser, could they include the bit in the comics where the one woman becomes becomes one of the demon thingy?
Where
Cenobites.
What was her name?
Cenobite.
I'm trying to remember the name of the woman.
Yeah, didn't we actually talk about that a long time ago when there was this rumors of another Hellraiser movie?
Yeah, that would have been a nice thing to actually explore.
Yeah, we actually did mention that. Like, there was a whole bunch of discussions on, we're going to make these iconic horror characters women, and there was one on The Crow. We actually did discuss about that a while ago, but that never happened. And then there was the Hellraiser discussion about that they were going to make Pinhead into a woman, but that didn't happen either. So, yeah.
Opposite Reading Rainbow or Electric Company.
Oh, that's really hard.
Reading Rainbow. I was raised with that. I didn't get a lot of Electric Company in my youth.
See, I didn't get a lot of Electric Company either, but what I did catch, I found interesting.
Yeah, essentially so. It's like an urban Sesame Street, essentially.
Yeah. I remember Morgan Freeman was in it, and he was Easy Rita, that's my name. And then there were the two heads that would talk to each other. That's all I know.
Yeah. Yeah, that was essentially that, yeah.
Also, the song was like, we can turn you on and we bring up the power or something like that.
Yeah, they each have their own merits, I'll just say that.
Yes.
Proper sequel to Wishmaster 1 and 2 with Andrew Divoff as the Djinn. Oh, please. Please.
No.
2 wasn't as good as 1, it wasn't as serious, but it was still enjoyable.
Nope, they're gonna just give you a reboot that's done on the Sci-Fi Channel by Asylum. Did you know a lot of the Sci-Fi original productions are done by the Asylum company?
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
That does not surprise me because I remember a lot of sci-fi original movies that have that same feel as Asylum films.
Yes, with the silly string storms.
So, what's everyone working on? We gotta bring this show to a close soon.
That's true. All right, Creepy, what do you got?
I have an X-Men review coming up that should be posted tomorrow, hopefully. Let's see. We also have a new Gem review that will be coming soon. Yay! And Kendall and I have a new episode of DuckTales that we're going to be soon. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good.
Mm-hmm. Patricia, what about you?
All right. Well, a few days ago, I posted up an episode of my podcast, Casual Chats, discussing about a goofy movie. Yeah, we discussed about a goofy movie and an extremely goofy movie. And we had various guests on the show that have already been in there, like Hero of Tomorrow and Jim Bevan. But also a newcomer to my podcast was the cartoon reviewer Toonrific Tariq, who joined in alongside our discussion about both of these movies. And we had a great time. A lot of people really enjoyed listening in on the podcast, and they were very participant in the live stream of it when I premiered it on YouTube. So again, thank you so much for that. That was really awesome. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be premiering a brand new podcast series, and Aaron and I have been talking for quite a while now. It's called In Search of the Crystal Skull, where we talk about movies that had gotten mediocre reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. So on the 60 to 70% range on Rotten Tomatoes, those are the movies that we're going to be talking about. And our premiere episode will be talking about the Decker's phone. That's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about Decker's phone.
Decker.
But no, but the premiere episode is going to be about the 2020 Sonic the Hedgehog movie, because Aaron and we actually saw that movie in theaters. It completely, I know, it was quite something. But yeah, we actually mentioned that a lot in the show, and
you slam.
We talked about the good aspects, the bad aspects, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And also some other things that are coming up. Let's see, got a few podcasts that I've had recorded for quite a while that needs editing and need to put it together. And I'm also working on my script for the third and final part of the pros and cons of the Jungle movie, which is the aftermath. What happened after the Jungle movie premiered on Nickelodeon? Was the Jungle movie, the cause of, bad ratings and all that kind of stuff, and, season 6 and all that good stuff. So yeah, that should be coming out pretty soon.
Mm.
All right, Kat, what do you got?
What? I'm awake. So I found some videos that I archived for myself that I'm posting up like on the weekends. But I need to make more because I just only noticed I only had 4. But coming up is some more Yu-Gi-Oh based stuff, and I know that a couple of videos are also going to be the Curse of Strahd campaign that I'm working on with some friends, which we really need to record more episodes on. But sadly, you would think because of Redacted we have more time. Not true when two people of that group are considered essential.
Yeah.
So I have that,
That's
and then I think I have
fun.
I know I also have a Killing Floor video coming up, which actually is the H.P. Lovecraft Cthulhu-based level, which I will be making many references to Creepy while playing it, so Creepy's got to watch it now. Still working on the comic with Creepy. Can't really put in a lot of details. 5 more pages.
Anything with our good friend Diva, the musical Hell?
I know she has another video coming up.
Yes,
I don't know if I'm allowed.
She always hints at what she's doing anyway. She said that she was doing Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat,
which I have a history with.
I am so jealous. I love that one. I wanted to do it with her.
Well, the problem is I don't know which production she's doing. Now she could be doing an actual Broadway production, or she could be doing that production that used to be sold on late night at like 1 a.m. in the 90s. I don't know which production.
Yeah, well, knowing Diva, she'll probably cover the latter.
Yeah. So she'll be doing. I need to work on the thumbnail. Well, we have to talk about what we're going to do for the thumbnail. But yeah, she's doing Joseph the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which is going to be fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. All right,
so many colors. Kill me now.
I think Jason X9000 says they're recording gameplay footage for Mortal Kombat 1 Mugen with Motaro and Dorok. That sounds fun.
Oh, that's right. The Mortal Kombat news.
Oh yeah. Tomorrow on Netflix, I think.
Yes.
There's a new feature-length Mortal Kombat animated movie being released. Or is it Netflix or is it just DVD and digital kind of?
I think it's all of them.
Well,
yeah,
it's
digital
being released tomorrow. Literally tomorrow. The basic synopsis of it is kind of like the first game and the first movie.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Take that for what it is. So Scorpion's Revenge, or
Scorpion's Revenge.
Yeah.
We actually
talked about that.
Mortal Kombat's something or other's Scorpion's Revenge.
Yeah.
Creepy, can I take a day off? It's considered a religious holiday when Mortal Kombat stuff comes out for me.
Or you could have just said, Easter, but okay.
No, Mortal Kombat, more fun.
Okay, fair enough. The movie's. The movie is called Mortal Kombat. Yeah, the movie is called Mortal Kombat Legends: Scorpion's Revenge, and it will be releasing tomorrow on straight-to-video and digital distribution. So, if you are interested in checking it out, then go for it.
So, what I got going on, still doing reviews for what was supposed to be the March of the Clowns, but it is now the April of the Fools.
Yay!
And I'm creative enough to have come up with that name on my own.
I'm sure you have.
So
he helped.
Next review shouldn't be nearly as big of a delay as the It Chapter 2 review because it's not a 3-hour movie. It's less than 90 minutes.
Good.
So I'm very happy about that.
Yes.
And aside from that, still need to put out more gaming content. I think I might be starting a little bit more in Empyrean Galactic Survival because, Keen, the team behind Space Engineers and Medieval Engineers, has done some pretty shitty shit with the Medieval Engineers situation where they just didn't update it for a year, said great stuff's coming, and then just a couple weeks ago said, actually, it's out of early access. It's just considered release now. All that good stuff isn't coming. We're done with it. I was like, oh. Thanks, assholes.
Nice.
There's a lot of potential here,
Mm-hmm.
and you threw it away. Really make me feel good for spending so many hours on this.
Yeah.
So,
There.
I'm going to probably fire up Empyrean Galactic Survival because it's similar, a lot more polished, and a whole hell of a lot of fun. I really enjoy that game myself, so.
Right.
Also, got to finish more EDF 5 with Creepy. We're on DLC Pack 2. Super Battle.
Yeah.
Things are getting very crazy. We had to defeat the Super Duper Death Rays last time, which took a while. They hurt.
Aren't you doing something next week involving Creepy or?
Well, we are also doing another Live and Wired next week.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right. Yeah.
Next week on Live and Wired, we will be doing the Stephen King drinking game to 1989's Pet Sematary.
Which I actually do have access to, so
Good.
Yay.
Same here. So I have the movie. Patricia has the movie. Kat, do you have the movie? Will you be joining us?
No, I don't know. I don't have the movie. I mean, if you want me to be there, yeah.
Well, I got to figure out how to set everything up with the cameras and the drinking game and everything.
Well,
things
if
are
it
getting a
helps,
little
I can just.
crazy now.
I was gonna say if you want, I can to help. If I can help, I could just be like audio only instead of video. So
Well, it'll
Join
still,
the screen.
I think you'll still take up a spot.
Yeah, you still have a square.
So I got to figure out
not-
how OBS is going to handle it, so I can have the movie playing. And I can have
Yeah.
not the
But it
movie.
just-
Everyone knows with how we do the Stephen King drinking game episodes around here. I have a highly kaleidoscoped mishmash monstrosity that is technically the movie, so it can have the timestamp on there so you can follow along. But it's also not going to break any copyright laws to show that to you. It has no sound. It's just So we'll be watching the movie ourselves with our own stuff, and I'll have that going on the stream so you can follow along and know where we are. But you'd have to have the access to the movie yourself. We might be able to see if we could find somewhere. Is it free on YouTube with ads, maybe? Could be.
I don't think so. Unlike
some movies are.
The Langoliers
I know some
was
are.
Yeah.
Hold on.
But that was a
to
TV
the internet.
movie.
So,
Yeah, that's a valid point. Oh, would you ever do the Stephen King drinking game with the movie Rose Red? That's a TV series that's available on YouTube.
A TV series.
It's buy or
TV
rent.
movie.
It's said as buy or rent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a theatrical movie, so it does make a lot of sense.
Right.
I have my people, aka I need your Hulu subscription.
Also, I'm looking forward to the day when we finally do The Stand. Stephen King drinking game to The Stand. I think we're probably going to have to divide that up into like 2 or 3 parts.
Yes, because there will be a guarantee that at least one of you will at least die.
Yeah.
Or throw up. No,
throw them.
We also have another. There was another. Yeah, there's lots of things we have to prepare for the Stephen King drinking game. It's a lot of work on Live and Wired. Name the next stream Mountain Dew enemas. No, it's gonna be the Stephen King drinking game to Pet Cemetery. I just gotta figure out which screenshot of the movie to take and add booze to.
Why don't you just do a picture of an angry cat?
I really like the thumbnail for the Langoliers Stephen King drinking game. I don't know, that's just little things like that just please me. But yes, so alcohol poisoning is badass. Yeah, but it ends the stream very quickly, so that's why we have so many rules involved on those streams.
Yes.
I think I still have my notes and all the how many shots per minute it takes you when you watch. How many shots per minute you guys have on drinking certain. When drinking,
Patricia has hers too, so we have 2 sets of notes.
So am I going to go with the regular beer, or am I going to go with the hard liquor this time? Or Creepy's taking his little sips, and I'm slamming shots.
Just don't do Captain Morgan ever.
Or ever.
But just because we were like literally 1 shot away from the cutoff point.
Do something nice, fruity, citrusy, even.
Creepy does the pretty citrusy stuff.
I think I'm going to do something redacted.
I think that I'm the one who brought the kinky pink into the.
I got to get myself some kinky pink. It sounds like it tastes really nice.
What's in it?
I think it's tangerines, actually. I think it's tangerine alcohol, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's one of those finicky
Oh
moves.
god, Iron Baron's like, just do Stephen King drugs instead. As
we have to do the drugs?
Cinema Reaper review says, so like every drug on planet Earth?
No. It depends on the movie. Certain movies he was just doing a lot of alcohol. Some he was doing a lot of cocaine. There's 2 totally different things.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's we are past the end point.
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
So
We are definitely past that.
thank you all for joining us. I have been Decker Shadow.
I have been that long-haired creepy guy.
I've been Patricia.
I've been Kat.
And remember, Stephen King drinking game next week. Just be there or be sober. And that's never fun.
See you all next time, everybody.